All right, so in this first scene, pretty much all I have is if you guys want to role play anything aboard the ship or any of the shuttles people are assigned to, now would be a good time.
Okay.
Who's on the shuttles?
Yeah, I think we need to figure out who's on what shuttle.
So
Um,
I will tell you who your supporting crews are, because this is something that I would have set up. Let's see. I'll start with Gamma. Nalbrin, your the person on your support is I think I wanted it to be Jason Wittergast. Actually, no. I'm gonna have you with Tachibana Akira.
Okay.
Varro, you are with Jason Wittergast. And Pend, you are with Cecile.
Well, at least it gets her away from you for a change.
And Captain, can you give one more player or one more character to each shuttle, please?
Oh, one.
Either 3 or 4 man crews, please.
Okay, I don't know if I have that much. I don't know if we have that many supporting characters.
do they all have to be supporting characters, or?
I mean, I guess not. In that case, Pend, I will also give you I'll give you the lieutenant commander. Varro, you will get Nuland Vux. And
Have you just given 2 con officers to one shuttle?
well, it's not exactly a con officer. It's an astronavigation, astrometrics person.
Did you give the operations to one of the shuttles too?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that many people to work with. I have to assign 9 people to 3 shuttles. So I don't have as many people to work with because I want to keep a couple people on the ship.
Sorry, one question. What was the name of the first guy for my shuttle? I was pulling up notes, taking stuff.
Tachibana Akira. Then
I think it would make more sense for me to have the counselor rather than 2 pilots.
Sure. Okay, so you'll have so in that case, Nalbrin, you'll have Tachibana Akira and Nuland Vux. Varro, you will have Wella Zolon and Jason Wittergast. And Pend, you will have Cecile and the lieutenant commander.
Alrighty then. Who are you leaving on the ship?
It's me.
Very few people.
Well, it's me, the nurse, the EMH, Vada, and technically Evans, but he's not actually here.
I'm taking the Byron. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, you guys, pick which shuttle you're gonna bring, because there are named shuttles and they have different stats.
I guess I'll be an operations officer on a shuttle. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this.
So
I don't know. Let me look.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let the people who are commanding the shuttles decide which they want to take.
Yeah.
Pend?
Just give me a second. I'm looking through him.
Oh, and just so everybody's aware, I have a typical Bajoran name, so I usually just go by Kalari.
Okay.
I do have a
Good
scene
to
I
know.
might want to run with a supporting character, actually.
Do we actually... What? What supporting character?
The EMH.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess?
I think I'll take
You
the
just-
Angelou.
And that leaves Lieutenant Kaleri with either
The T'Pren or the Neruda.
or the Neruda. So the question is, do you want the armed shuttle or the unarmed shuttle?
Weapons, please.
You're in the Neruda.
That just leaves the T'Pren.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get threat too.
Oh, because it's an armed shuttle?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
My bad.
Why did I let you guys pick the shuttles again?
Because you're a smart
Because-
captain.
Because you know Ed's gonna throw something at us, and if we're in the T'Pren, we'll just get blasted to pieces.
Great.
Well, I mean, I could probably do some neat tricks with something on a shuttle, but
Okay, so those are the 3 shuttle crews. Let's get our, in-scene role playing out of the way before stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to kind of set the scenes a little bit, for those of you in the shuttles, you have been doing your planetary survey for about 2 weeks, give or take, 2 weeks now. So far, most of your findings have just been like, planetary systems with, anywhere from G-type stars to O-type stars. Most of the planets you're finding are mostly rocky, maybe a couple of gas giants. Maybe one of you guys might find a random L class, maybe a very cold M class planet, but nothing that really catches your eye in any of these surveys. So it's, for the most part, been uneventful routine, and all of your shuttles still has one more planet to survey before you guys can call it in. Or you still have one more system to survey before you can call it in, I should say.
Okay. I am being driven stir crazy by a Denobulan and a human right now.
meaning
Putting that
I
out there.
meaning I am also being annoyed, or at least feeling annoyed.
In a trail, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I've
let's
got one
see.
I can run with the Lieutenant Commander.
Alright.
And I don't know if anybody cares to know what I look like. That would, I don't know.
Throw it out there. We got time.
Sure.
Okay, well, he's like 5'7". He's got messy brown hair. Has the typical Bajoran like nose bridge and earring, but his eyes are the Betazoid like black. So, and he has some facial hair. It's like in a very trimmed goatee, but other than that, yeah, he looks human. Other than that,
So he looks like a scruffy looking Nerf herder.
pretty much. Like if there was an evil mirror universe of him, like
He wouldn't
that
have the
one would
goatee?
be shaved. Yeah.
Sorry, just had to throw that in there.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's it for me for now.
So, Lieutenant Commander, have you ever thought about naming a planet or anything out here?
Not particularly.
Well, if you had the choice, what would you call a planet you found?
I guess it would depend on the qualities.
God, you
Qualities of
people
the
are boring.
the qualities of the planet, or hold on, I'm trying to think. Just a second. The qualities of the planet, or maybe some interesting aspects of it, like if it's a frigid planet, maybe something along the lines of that, or if it's got a heavy macroscopic population, something like that.
What about you, Cecile?
Okay.
Any ideas of what
So-
you would call something if you could name it anything?
Something. reminds me of the place we find it. Starry Spectacle.
Well, at least you put some effort into it. I'd probably just call it Planet Brag.
I've got another one. I had to think of something, but if you don't mind, I'd say it.
Sure, it's better than being boring.
I was gonna say, I'd rather just let the future decide instead of letting me decide then.
You know, some people in Starfleet are just really bloody boring.
And some are very egotistical.
I shrug.
But I make it more fun, don't I?
Perhaps.
That's that's what I've got.
All right. Anybody else want to try anything? Anyone on the ships?
Why didn't we bring any booze on this? I think I'm gonna need to get drunk after this.
Because it's Starfleet. We have synthahol.
Now you're talking Penn's language.
Yeah.
God damn it.
While this is going on, I'm probably grabbing like extra like bits of parts and stuff just in case I may need them.
Hmm.
Okay.
Just like random salvage or whatever.
So on the Byron, things are a little uncomfortable. There's this strained silence. Varro's kind of pacing in the back compartment,
And somebody farts.
and Zolan and Wittergast are occasionally exchanging slightly nervous glances.
He's gonna kill us. He's
I
gonna
mean,
kill
what's
us.
his problem? What's his problem?
That's all I'm gonna lay out. I have an
Great.
idea about
Wait.
what's happened so far, but
Wait, like, how far is he from me?
Oh no, you're not on the same.
Oh, different.
ship.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
No. The reason I sent each of you, Penn, Varro, and Nalbrin a message is because each of you are controlling a different survey team.
Oh, okay.
and my survey
Got
team
it.
was being kept in strict silence
Got it.
because there's been too much chatter in the last couple days.
And yeah, Nalbrin, you have. I said Tachibana, Akira, and Vux. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Shame we don't have our security officer here to.
Yeah. So
Uh.
at probably about this point, this is probably the point where Tachibana Akira is talking while Varro is sitting in silence, just uncomfortable silence. This is probably the point where Tachibana Akira is probably talking your ear off about or at least trying to talk your ear off about classical Japanese cuisine.
Yeah.
Now you see the trick is in just how much vinegar you put into the rice.
Well,
Too much and
It-
it falls apart, not enough and it doesn't stick.
I like listen for like, I don't know, 10 minutes and then just like start praying to the prophets just to drown out the noise.
I'm like that when the captain gives a log.
So do the three of you have any further interactions you want to do with each other?
No, I'm just
Um,
setting the scene for the Byron.
As far as the Neruda, let's see. He's been talking my ear off. I've been just like basically tinkering with nothing for the moment. Like for no reason, just randomly putting stuff together, taking it apart. And then guess Vox is
Also chatty. Just looking at that sheet.
yeah, also chatty. But I mean, they're we're talking, but not like too terribly much. It's more like they're telling me about their food, I'm telling them about Bajoran food and some of the Beta Z cuisine that I've had, and we're just shooting the shit for the moment.
How does that food taste on replicators?
Oh no, it's got to be cooked, homemade, or else it. You can have it replicated, but it's just not as good.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Nothing beats a classic training in food prep. No one knows
And
how
there's
to do it
an-
anymore.
There's an artistry to the preparation. It's almost a performance in some cases.
I enjoy the engineering parts of it. Putting stuff together to make something new.
Never
just
thought
the-
about it that way.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day on this job.
Well, I mean, like I said, it all depends on how you look at stuff. You can look at anything in a way that may be entertaining to you.
Indeed, and we each have our own lenses through which we perceive the world around us.
That is very true. Very
Hmm.
true. Well, actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna come back here and there's this little tracking thing that I've been trying to get right, but it just keeps shorting out on me. So I think I'm gonna give it a look at here for a little bit, if y'all don't
Ah.
mind.
Tracking technology. I see.
Yeah, I figure, you never know when you may need it to, if you lose the captain or the XO, you never know.
Captain's quite proficient at getting lost.
In her eyes. Oh.
But
Where's that airlock?
But
You're
yeah,
on a different ship.
but after I say that, I kind of go back to my tinkering.
All right. Is there anything that wants to be done aboard the Kismet?
I would like to actually do something. I'd actually like to call Sullivan up to my ready room.
She's gonna come in carrying a pad. It looks to basically just be the general reports that are given to members of the crew about the current survey.
Reading over yesterday's survey reports.
Yeah, they're actually. I've never been much of a scientist, even though I got a xenobiology degree to actually help people better. And she's stammering a lot more than when she's saying this. She's never actually been in your private ready room before for anything like this.
Oh, and one thing she will recognize, as I assume she's looking around the room, there is a spot on the wall where hanging in a nice wooden frame is the paper copy of the treaty from Zarconia.
Nice touch.
Yeah, if she sees that, when she sees, I don't think she's gonna notice it. She's gonna look at it for a second, see it, and then just smile slightly and continue.
So, I'm not here to talk to you about the survey, as fascinating as all the data for it is. I'm actually here to talk to you about the medical department. As you may be aware, Commander Savoy recently was transferred off of the ship per Starfleet's orders. He is to assist with the diplomatic efforts at Zarconia, given his previous previous diplomatic experience with the Tholians. Their his knowledge of similar physiology in Tholians has made him an optimal pick for work on Zarconia, and he has left a hole in the medical department. One that you have been fulfilling quite admirably.
I
Of
have.
Yes.
Like, she
of
doesn't
cour-
realize that she's been doing leadership stuff at all. She's just been sort of.
Yes. Now, it's highly irregular to have a nurse acting as chief medical officer. Highly irregular to say the least. However, all things considered, I am definitely going to put in a good word for you. But for now, I will let you take up the role of chief medical officer until a new one can be found.
She's gonna. Have you ever seen a person like when they gasp and learn something surprising? They like put their hands over their mouth, like just sort of do that. She's gonna do that, and then initially just realize she's doing something kind of weird looking, and then just sort of
Collect herself.
Back.
yeah, she's gonna collect herself and say, and in much more, and try to not say it in a certain way. She's just gonna. She's just gonna breathe in and go, "Thank you, sir." And,
And
you can actually
he's
sort of see tears welling up in her eyes. She
and he
probably
sees-
never
and he
expected to get
sees
this
how
far.
like worked up she's getting, and he just goes, "At ease, ensign. It's don't get too ahead of yourself. This is a temporary posting after all." But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But who knows?
That was a.
But who knows? And he picks up a pad and he starts flipping through it nonchalantly, and he just goes, "Work on some studies, take a few courses, and who knows? This might be looking at a doctorate at some point in the near future."
She's gonna take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Thank you, sir. Would it be considered unprofessional to give you a hug, sir?
And he just looks up at her, smiles, and he just says, "Dismissed."
Stop,
Aye, sir.
stop giving me ammunition.
He's got hopeless romantic.
It's gonna be. She's not actually into men. That was just more of a friendly sort of.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just. Yeah. No.
I don't think he knows that though.
Yeah,
And also,
he
a
probably
captain.
does.
And also, a captain getting into a relationship with an ensign will be a huge issue with Starfleet, I imagine.
Oh, totally. Not saying anything's going to happen. I'm just saying the interactions there were perfect.
Oh, that was perfect. Everything about that interaction was great.
Thank you.
So yeah, he just dismisses you.
Harsh.
Oh, but it was with a big goofy smile on his face.
It's like, congratulations. Now leave my sight.
So yeah, that was the scene I wanted to run.
All right, cool.
Cool.
So we'll head back to the shuttles. So I believe the prophets have answered your prayers, and you finally get to your last system to survey.
Oh, thank the prophets.
So in order to scan the system, and this is going to be for all three shuttles, so pay attention. So in order to scan the system, I want you guys to sell me on any two stats that you think are going to be relevant to scanning a system. And it's going to be difficulty too. But you have to sell me on them before I let you do it.
Is it just the leader of the ship, or is it anybody on the shuttle? Sorry, shuttles.
It doesn't matter to me.
I'd definitely
Who-
say
whoever-
computers. Considering we're scanning something.
I'm gonna focus on computers.
I do too.
Fancy focuses. Interesting. Also get and focus on investigation. That might help.
I mean, are we talking about the actual ship scanning or people scanning?
So the people are going to be doing the scanning, and the ship and possibly others would be assisting in the scan.
Well, I wouldn't grab your supporting characters just yet, because if you use your supporting character, it means we have to start spending support points.
Well, for this, I will allow the use without the support points because
okay.
because of how it's set up.
This episode would require all of them.
Right. So
Okay.
for the duration of the scene, you guys can use support characters willy nilly for the duration of the scene.
Well, then I would like the astrophysicist or astrometrics person on my shuttle to do the rolling for like a whole like a sensor sweep if I could.
Who the hell is
I-
that?
Sorry, it's Newland Vux is who I have on my
Mhm.
shuttle. So
I don't know.
I was gonna
sorry,
see about using him.
So I don't know all the like NPCs.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got that sheet up, so I can roll if you need to.
Yeah,
Or
would,
you can
would it be
roll, but-
possible for me to use Cecile as my for scanning, and me to just get us into positions to actually get the best scans?
Yep. And then like you guys can set it up like that. Like so Penn would get the assist, I'm assuming with some type of combination of con. But I want you guys to tell me what you think you should be rolling, and I'll let you guys know if you could use it or not. Set up the roll, set up the stats.
Mhm.
So however you guys think that you can get the best scan possible, and I want you guys to set it up that way.
Is this scanning a system or a planet?
Well, right now the system.
Okay, I have my justification all set.
If we're just
so-
picking stats, so do I.
Yeah, same.
Right, but you have to justify it if it's not.
Oh
probably
yeah,
science.
yeah. No, yeah.
So,
Okay.
So who
um,
wants to go first?
I'll go ahead. So Varro is approaching this from the lens of strategic importance. What in this system is valuable? What in this system can you hide behind? Where are the radiation belts? How are they dangerous? So I would like to use reason security to do my first analysis of the system.
Okay. I can be down with that.
15.
It's a decent roll.
Then the other question is, of course the ship is assisting. Is anyone else going to be assisting you in that?
I'm taking a look right now.
Vux would
Seeing
work.
if anybody makes Vux is not on my ship.
Oh, who is?
I've got
Zolin.
Wittergast and Zolan.
Well,
Uh,
Wittergast is-
Lieutenant to nah. I have Lieutenant Kalari has Vux. So
Let's see. I think that Zolan is assisting doing the actual scans. You know, I'm directing my team, saying this is where we're scanning. This is what we're scanning for. Now do the scan.
Okay, so your support character is doing the actual scan and you're assisting?
Mhm.
Okay.
So she'll roll.
What stats would she be using then?
I believe reason science for just normal scan.
and doesn't look like she has any applicable focuses.
I
No.
think that her stat should probably still be using security because she's trying to. Because to me, she's trying to take your advice the best way she can in her limited knowledge of what would constitute a security threat or the best strategic. So I think probably a reason security for her role.
Okay.
Okay, I have mine. If you're finished.
We'll go ahead and let him roll first, and then
Fair
and then
enough.
we'll jump to the shuttles that way.
If she's trying to scan if she's trying to scan like that, though, I think that she'd be assisting because she's doing precisely the thing, not taking any initiative of her own.
Right. So yeah, so you would probably get the main task, and then she would probably be helping you with that.
That was.
And then the Byron rolls with its sensors security or sensor science.
Sensors.
I think sensor science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I think so as well. Okay, one success.
Well, is your science really 0 on that shuttle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and you rolled a
Shuttles
19.
have no science and like no medicine usually,
And no
Okay.
command.
and no command. They only
Yeah.
have security engineering con.
Cool. So I will randomize what system you get.
Uh-oh.
Right. So Commander Varro, your system as you enter it, it's sitting around an M-type star, and around the star there are 4 planets. 3 of them rocky, and one of them is what you would classify as a gas giant. Other than
Okay.
that, there is nothing else of interest in this system that you can see.
What size is the gas giant?
Uh,
Superduper, small.
let's see. Let me double check what the hell an M-type star is. Those are
I believe that's
the.
an orange dwarf.
I think those are the small ones, if I'm not mistaken. Where's my? I had all these written down, and then I left the. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my notebook. It's in the other room.
I believe M-type stars are red
Alright.
dwarfs.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
right,
have
I've
to
got all my
roll.
books here, don't I?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to roll with the dice roller because my stats aren't proper.
Okay.
Oh, so there you go, guys. I forgot. So now, as you can see, I have given you.
All right, I'm back. So the gas giant is rather on the small side, maybe I don't know, Neptune size probably. It's really
Okay.
small comparatively because the star is it's basically the star is like a red star.
It's a red dwarf, yeah.
Yeah, it's a red dwarf. So
Those
everything's
are pretty
smaller.
big.
We're not looking at close to brown dwarf material with this gas giant. Good to know.
So okay, we'll jump to the next shuttle then.
Okay. I'm going to have Newland Vux do a reasoned science roll looking for like nebulas and spatial anomalies just in the system itself.
Okay.
And I'm going to be assisting by piloting.
Okay. So yeah, whoever has the character sheet open for,
I do.
go ahead and roll the task roll for that.
Hang on. It's reason science. Task rolls.
All right. Then the assist.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with the dice roller because my stats aren't all the way put in.
All right. I think an
That
8
is
is
a
actually pretty
guess.
good. And
That's
then
true. That
then
that,
the assist
that-
with the shuttle.
which shuttle do you have?
Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah, the yeah, an 8 is actually like always
good.
that it has to be a success because you can't have anything lower than an 8.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I assume I was using Daring Con or something of that nature.
Sensor science.
Well, it was for him, but for me, because I'm piloting.
Right, I was rolling the Starship Assist there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You already rolled it. Whoops.
Eh.
Either way.
We're overeager.
No, you guys got your 2 successes. So the system you are scanning, it is around a G-type star, and in this system, it has 3 gas giants, 4 rocky planets, and an M-class jungle world.
Ooh.
Okay, 3 gas giants. What else?
4 rocky planets. Like what Mars or Mercury would be,
Okay, so 4 D-class planets.
and then 1 M-class jungle world.
Okay.
And it's
Right.
around a Sol-like star.
Right. And then we'll go to Penn shuttle.
Okay, so how I was going to do it was to have the lieutenant commander scan for what there is around us. Cecile to actually identify what there is, and for me to get us into the positions to best scan.
Okay, so from what I got, the lieutenant commander is doing the scan.
So what is
Both
my
of you
sheet?
guys would be assisting, and it's just from the shuttle.
So I roll from the shuttle, not my sheet.
No, you roll on your sheet.
I roll my sheet. So let's see. So what do you want me to do? You want me to roll what's here so you can get into position? Is that what you said?
No, so for you, for the lieutenant commander, more than likely it will be either insight or reason with science, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do reason and science. Computational. Did you change at all?
No, complication range is 1. Task roll would be 2. And do you have any focuses that would help?
I've got computers and investigation.
No and no.
So no focuses.
Cecile's got astrophysics, though.
Yeah, I'm going to get her to do an assist.
And that one I would allow.
Yeah, she's also got geology if that didn't swing. So nice roll.
Dang.
What the hell? What?
And one for the
Very nice.
ship. 1 second.
So apparently theirs did really well. Let's see.
And ship.
Yeah.
Ship didn't get anything.
Okay, so since you guys did very well, I will shout out 4 numbers. You're gonna pick one. 3, 4, 5, or 6.
6.
So literally all the other ones.
I'd probably go 5.
I'd go with 6.
All right, the 6 have it. So this system is around an O-type star, which is like the brightest star on the scale. This system has 5 gas giants, 10 rocky planets, and the 9th planet is a K-class planet.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Could you send me that in Discord or somewhere?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Over pinned. I think I found something.
Looks like we get all the fun, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you think?
So we will go back to the commander. Your survey mission is done. To the best that you think, you have
There's
completed
nothing
your
interesting here.
right.
About that jungle world.
The jungle world was the other shuttle.
Yep, I got that one.
I got nothing interesting. This is just a red dwarf system with a couple rocky planets and a gas giant.
And you did also fail your roll, so
Yes.
that's the other thing.
No, I'm just saying that's what Varro thinks.
I mean, sometimes no news is good news. You never
Yeah.
know.
So, what was the difficulty on those rolls, too, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so we banked 4
I
momentum.
got Yep, I got 4 momentum from that,
Sheesh.
which is good. So So we'll head back to the Lieutenant Kalari.
Yeah, Kalari.
Kalari. Okay, we'll go back to your shuttle. What are you doing with your information?
I have an M-class planet. Yeah, Ensign Vux, will you please scan that planet for life forms?
All right, so this task is going to be Reason and Science, difficulty 3.
Oh, I think she should use a momentum to get an extra die there.
Yeah, probably.
What's the difficulty?
3.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure how these character sheets work on this, so if somebody could roll that for me.
Yeah, it's fine. I've got that sheet pulled up.
Well, I have the
So-
sheet pulled up, I just don't know how to roll from it.
Oh, so do you see where it says task roll?
Yeah.
So basically, is you would set that to however many dice you're rolling. So if you're doing the main roll, it would be 2. If you're doing an assist, it would be 1. Or if you buy more dice, you just put whatever number of dice you're going to be rolling. And then you would click on the attributes and the disciplines that you would be using. So if you were using your reason, you would just click on reason to highlight it. And for the same thing for the disciplines, you'd highlight whatever you would click on to highlight whatever discipline you were using. And then you just hit the little Starfleet icon next to the task roll and it rolls the dice.
There we go. And no.
Just like that, yeah. All right. So as far as you can tell, this is just a jungle world with the standard life forms that you'd find with the jungle. Some, a lot of bugs, birds, a couple predator type creatures. Other than that, that's all you can find on here.
Wait, there's still a possibility this roll could succeed.
Yeah, I have to
'Cause
get.
the
I
The
still
third
have
die was not
scissors.
rolled.
Yeah.
And there's
okay.
also a sheep assist and potentially a character assist.
All right.
So it would be close.
So yeah, so roll the other dice.
Okay.
So
What
one
is
more
that?
on the
Sensors?
Your character bought an extra dice, right? So just do the task roll, but this one just select 1 dice. Okay, now it
No.
doesn't matter.
And yeah, so Starship doesn't roll. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Because at no successes, no one can.
Yep.
So refer to my previous.
Yeah.
Jungle
Fair enough.
world, lots of bugs, birds, some prey predators. What you'd normally find on like a jungle type world, or like what you would find in like a rainforest or something. So now we will go back to Penn Shuttle. Your role is going to be the same, reason, science, difficulty. Well, what are you doing with the information? I should say.
You're the commander. Let's do this.
Let's get in for a closer look and see what we can get from that K-class planet, people.
All right. So this role is again, it's going to be reason, science, difficulty 3.
I think I might get Cecile to be the main roller on this one due to how I wanted her to be the main scanner.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
Do we assist on this as well, if we have to?
Will geology count?
Yes, I will allow geology in this case.
Because which planet are we scanning?
The
Uh,
K-class.
K class.
Hold on a moment. Give me just a sec, okay? Because I want to do something here right now. Because I forgot to do this last time, and we also have to do it this time as well. We actually have to give her new stuff.
Yes, we do, because we've had these recurring characters, a couple of them.
Yeah, because she's already racked up two boosts. So I want to increase. I'm gonna say I'm gonna increase her medicine to 3, if that's okay.
I think that makes sense.
Make her just a better all-around scientist of everything. And then, just a moment.
I think I'll get the lieutenant commander to do the assist with the ship on this one.
So that's what I was getting. That's what I meant. Like, how do I do that?
So for an
The
assist,
assist?
you only roll one die. And if you, and it would be again, I think it would be either insight, reason, and science.
And I am going to give her the
What is our-
talent of studious.
What is our ship, by the way?
Our ship is the Angelo, and we can only
Okay.
roll assists if Cecile rolls a success.
Right.
So just wait.
Actually, should I
basically.
give her studious or
Okay.
cautious?
I think cautious science is better.
Yeah, cautious science. Okay. You mind if I pick up a momentum so that she can re-roll?
That's fine.
Right?
Yeah, so I got you guys get down to 2.
Yep, we're down to 2 momentum. And she has a relevant focus. And roll.
Sweet.
No need.
So
All right, the assist.
So I'm looking at the sheet. I'm confused. Okay, so what do I click on?
You just move the dice roller to 1 instead of 2. Because you see how there's a number 1 through 5? You just move you just click on the number 1 and then whatever stats you want or you're using.
Okay, so Starship task roll. So just 1 then. Is that what you mean? Because if not,
What-
I'm not.
Yes, under
yeah, and you
yeah.
need to do it on your sheet as well for the lieutenant commander, for 1 dice roll as an assist.
Okay, would you roll the ship because I don't understand them?
But yeah, I've
think
just
you
done the ship,
should.
so that's not an issue.
I'll do mine. I just don't understand how to do the ship. Sorry.
That's no worries.
Don't worry about the ship.
Yeah.
We've got enough people jumping on the ships going, I'll do it.
Let
And
me
then
do
for m-
something.
And then for mine, reason and science, and then do I do challenge dice? Just 1?
No.
Is that what you meant?
No, just
No,
standard task
you,
roll.
you yeah,
Task
next to the
roll.
task roll, you just select 1 dice instead of 2.
Okay, now I get it. I get it now. Sorry.
Just like that.
Nice.
So,
you-
5 successes.
yep, so you bank 2 momentum with that.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Okay, so as you scan the the K class planet, it has an atmosphere that is made up of nitrogen and methane, and on the surface of the planet, you kind of make out ancient ruins on the planet's surface.
Are we able to get any detailed scans of these ruins, or would it be something we'd have to get closer for?
Since you're just doing a planetary survey, you'd probably have to get closer and potentially land on the planet to get.
I think for now we'll report back to our rendezvous, and give back a report of what we found.
All right, so we'll jump to the other shuttles really quick. For the other shuttles, so your tasks are done. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm gonna also probably turn around and head back.
Ensign Wittergast, set course back for the Kismet.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll head back to Penn Shuttle. Who is on sensors?
I believe that was Cecile,
Yeah.
who I have locked myself into playing. For God knows what reason.
You'll love it, really.
I do, actually.
I was gonna say, you enjoy playing Cecile.
You,
I do.
you love the captain trying to flirt with you.
I have a bad feeling that Ed is about to send Cecile something not good.
Nothing of the sort.
Knowing my luck, he's probably going to try and shoot me down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course.
Lieutenant,
All of a sudden,
a
giant
planet
green
just
space
appeared on
ants.
long-range census.
Of-
Out of nowhere.
Is that even possible?
Anything's possible. This is incredibly unlikely.
Well, it seems a bit strange, but I can get us a bit closer for a scan if you're confident.
He's a bit shy.
I'd appreciate that. This is most peculiar. I wish to figure out what has happened here.
Very well, let's spend a bit of time, get a scan, and report back.
Did you forget some information in that?
Yeah.
Commander?
I mean, I think I covered it.
About the distance, I think
All
you
right.
guys missed.
That was covered. It's about 2 light years away.
So it's not exactly close by.
No, sir.
Ed, how long would it take us to get there? 1 by impulse or 2 by warp?
Impulse, it's going to take years to probably get a couple light years away because you're sublight
Yeah.
4 years.
drive. But by warp, I don't know, half a day, let's say for plot point purposes.
Yeah, okay, let's get a bit closer. Let's warp to a planet that suddenly appears out of nowhere.
How long until they're due to report in?
We're going to get to that.
Uh-oh.
All right, so you guys warp into the system. So what do you guys do when you get into the system?
Can we determine where the planet has appeared in relation to the other planets we have already scanned?
Go ahead and whoever wants to, you could sell me on the skills again, and this will be difficulty 2.
I think I'll get the Lieutenant Commander to take lead on this one.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
To like we was doing for the previous role, you would be the general scans to find out the general
get me-
layout of the system.
So you want me to roll again?
Yeah, I want you to take point on this one.
Gotcha. Would investigation work at this one, or is it still no?
No.
Gotcha. So task roll 2, and then everything else the same.
Would you like to spend a momentum to get an extra die, or do you think you need it?
Sure, why not? Better safe than sorry.
Okay, so click on free and
So 3 dice, okay.
Yeah.
And now just roll.
Yep.
See what I mean? Better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I think
A crit and a complication.
I'm used to things going wrong. I think it would either be can Cecile help with this role or just the shuttle?
I'll allow an assist.
Okay.
From both?
And I'm going to bank the threat. And
Reason
he-
science again?
Yeah.
I assume no focus?
Uh,
Got astrophysics.
Or astrophysics?
yeah, astrophysics. And you get it back. All right, and then I got to send this to
Timur Del.
this person. Point.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
trying
Varro
to
should be
get
the one-
everyone to roll.
Wait, Varro's the one who should be rolling for Cecile.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do you want me to-
Wow,
you-
there are a
you-
lot of characters under
Do you
this
want me to
little...
read Do you want me to read this?
So basically, that when you scan the system, that is the information you got from the scanners. Normally, what I do is you can read that and then try to put it into your character's words to announce it to everybody that's on the ship.
Alright, I'll do that. This is such a kind of interesting system. There's really nothing out of the ordinary here. Just seems like a regular system. Might be more to it than the initial scans pick up, but other than that, it doesn't seem like anything of interest.
So how does a planet just suddenly appear? It's a
Your guess is
question.
as good as mine.
Okay, we'll try and get a bit closer to get a more detailed scan on the planet.
I don't think he mentioned the planets in there, but there's 6 planets in the system. There is 2 gas giants, 3 rocky worlds, and 1 M-class planet. I think he left that
Oh
out.
yes, sorry.
So this is a completely different system.
Right. Completely different system that you warp to.
Okay, could I get that in Discord as well, please?
I'll copy and paste it. 1 second.
Yeah, like I said, just the star system. We don't need any hidden information.
God damn it.
There you go. I got it in there. You're good.
Okay, Cecile, I'm going to get us a bit closer if you want to give us a more detailed scan of the planet.
Gladly.
All right. So as you guys move closer to the planet, go ahead and roll me recent science difficulty 3.
I'll grab a die for that, so I can use that talent. And roll an extra die, too. Let's see.
So I'll do.
Okay, so I get 1 reroll, I believe.
Yeah, for cautious.
Mm-hmm. And I bought a die, so I get 1 reroll. Hey!
Lieutenant Commander, do you want to do an assist?
Yeah.
So it's just
Task
be
roll 1, right?
yes.
Cecile is really good at what she does.
Yeah.
So that gives us back up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I gotta send this to the commander.
I wear many hats.
Hey Ed, I have a question.
What's up?
Would my talent, not my talents, actually, what the fuck? Yeah, my talents. Would studios come into effect? Would that come into effect in any of the scans we've done?
So it gives you a free question to ask.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Would that have come into any account? Because I'm not going to use it now, but I'm
In your last roll, it would have.
Okay, well, now I know.
I reckon in general, whenever you're doing something, it's good to ask if any of your values, talents, or focuses can be applicable. At least then you get a better idea of how you can use them.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
it's good to learn.
Even if it's a case of no, you can't do it, it's always best to at least ask.
Uh-huh.
All right, Commander, that's the information your scans give, and generally, like always, there could be more information.
All right. M-class planet, largely made of swampland. Save for 1 large lake. Well, if it can be called a lake. So around the size of an ocean, large one on Earth. And the planet has a higher oxygen count than normal.
And at this point, I should probably describe the what the planet looks like. All of the visible water that you can see from space is black, and it's dotted with the greens from what would be trees and stuff. So the planet is essentially a black and green swamp planet.
So that means if there's a higher than normal oxygen count, there must be quite a bit of microorganisms then. Cannot form words today, sorry.
Do we want to spend momentum to to try and get some extra details?
I think it would be a worthwhile thing to do. For momentum spend.
The only thing I can think of is, well, two things. One, are there any life forms? And two, do we know what the chemical makeup of the water is? Obviously, I don't think we'll be able to figure out the second one, but can we sense any life forms?
Life forms.
I will allow the life form question if you spend the momentum.
Uh, yeah, unless anyone's got any objections for that one.
No, I'm good.
So the life form question, and I wonder you could maybe if there's any hidden structures or hidden signals, something like that. I'm not sure.
Well, the way it works when spending momentum for extra questions is that you can spend more momentum to ask more questions.
I'm just curious because one of my talents has something that can help on that one. It's called Studious.
Yeah, unfortunately, that only accounts for when it's your role and it would be like your character asking the question. That would give you the free question.
Roger that. Do what you can to include BRB.
Like I say, it's just something to always try and to ask if you can get.
All right, so the momentum was spent for life.
Life forms, yeah.
All right, Pend, I'll send you the info because the commander had a small emergency he has to deal with, so I'll send you the info.
Okay. Okay. And
As for specifics, probably what you would find in a typical swamp. Land creatures, water creatures, birds, insects.
yeah, it's no problem. Would it be possible to spend one more momentum to find out if there are any structures or anything that stands out, considering it's a swamp and water planet?
I'll let you ask it, but you might not like the answer.
Well, that just makes him want to ask it more.
Kind of.
So yeah, so I'll take it. There are no unnatural structures on the planet.
Okay. Fair enough. I think that's all we can get from here for the moment. We can always attempt to come back. Unless anyone wants to go down to the planet. Take that as a no.
If I could chirp like a cricket, I would.
There's that tumbleweed.
I thought I left that in the engineering bay. Damn it!
Yeah, so I think we'll head back and rendezvous for the report.
All right, let's wait for the commander to get back so I can have all characters on hand.
Well, we don't know how long he's gonna be though.
Right. Well, I guess the captain could probably take over then, or whoever wants to take over. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't have to be the captain.
Doop 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 boop boop doop boo.
All right. So as you guys turn to move away from the planet, your sensors and scanning equipment on board the shuttle stop receiving telemetry from outside the shuttle. They all register as still being functional. They're just not receiving a return signal.
Lieutenant Commander, Cecile, what's happening? I'm losing. I can't see anything.
I don't know. I'm not getting any outside information. Everything seems to be in working order. It's just it seems to go blind.
Can we see out of the actual window, like the view screen?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Where is it?
Oh God, Pen, what have you done?
As you guys look out the window to your ships, to the right of the ship, there seems to be a large black creature that almost looks like a type of fish currently moving quickly toward the shuttle.
Evasive maneuvers.
Wait, what?
Fuck, 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 fuck.
He's out! I'm out!
Okay, I'm missing.
Somebody get the fly in this fucker.
Yep, I'm
I
out.
warned him about cleaning those shuttlecraft windows with peanut butter. Never works.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to peace out of this situation.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
All right, so what exactly are you doing?
I'm going to, as quickly and as sharply as possible, get out of the fish's way and see if it follows us.
The fish, so as you try to move out of its way, the fish increases speed and is able to keep up with you and is closing even quicker on your location.
Can we warp out of the system? Do we have enough time to activate our warp drive and get the hell out to the rendezvous?
Well, I think the question would be, one, is that possible, or two, am I close enough to one of the gas giants?
You do not think that you can make it to a gas giant before it closes in on you. As for warp, you're the pilot, you tell me.
I think it's worth a warp jump. Just to get out of Dodge.
All right.
Would it be an emergency warp? Or would it be a regular warp?
Probably an emergency one just to get the hell out.
So as you are preparing to go to warp, alarm sirens go off in the shuttle as sparks fly, and you see a section of the hull torn off the ship, exposing the interior to the vast open space. Emergency force fields do engage as you take in the seriousness of your situation. The right nacelle has been ripped off the ship, taking the outer hull with it. Warp drive and impulse are offline, shields are offline, structural integrity is failing, and the force field that is keeping the atmosphere inside the ship is starting to flicker.
Well, I think it's time to send out a distress beacon. I cannot fucking talk today.
Yeah, Cecile, send out a distress beacon. Lieutenant Commander, see if you can see any way we can land on that planet. And I'm going to try to steer a dead ship.
All right, and we'll head back to the Kismet.
Okay, so just can I get a brief catch up on what happened there?
You pretty much joined in right at the right time. As they were about to leave the planet, a large black fish started to move in on them, and you saw all the damage.
In space, so space fish.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, have fun, Geppetto.
It's about as much sense as a giant green space hand.
I mean, true.
All right, so we'll head back to the Kismet. On the Kismet, one by one, the shuttles are starting to arrive at the rendezvous point. You know, kind of staggered. You know, maybe 20 minutes apart. Maybe one's an hour. All of the ships are making it back except for one.
I would just like to note that the Byron made it back before anybody else.
Yeah, because you
we
failed the
found
planet.
nothing.
Yeah, right. Right. So you started back earlier.
Well, that and I had to make time for Tachibana to just keep telling me how to make ramen homemade style.
There was no short small talk on my ship.
No, why? Everything's a learning experience. But yeah.
Well, good to have all of you back. Things are starting to get a little lonely up here.
Yeah, I report to the bridge as soon as I get back.
Yeah, me too.
Commander, Lieutenant, welcome back.
Captain.
Good to be back, Captain. I can report nothing of consequence in the system we surveyed. Had little scientific or strategic value.
Now we just have to wait on Alpha Team. Odd. By my instructions, they should have been here an hour ago?
Huh.
Interesting. Our ops
Well,
officer is awfully punctual.
And I know for a fact that the maintenance on that shuttle was up to date, so nothing should have been wrong.
Have we picked up any transmissions from them?
Through this interference? Not a peep.
I mean,
And I suggest dropping a communications buoy and setting course for the last known position.
That would be the best, I think. Ops, drop a comm buoy.
I'll get sickbay ready, sir.
That would probably be a good idea.
Sorry.
well, it was stocked with EV suits, so at least they're not without life support if that happens. So
Right, but those EV suits will only last them so long. Fortunately, by my standing orders, Alpha Team was supposed to report in once every 24 hours with communications from the rest of you, as you well know. Which means that they were in slightly more regular communication with the Kismet than the rest of you, meaning that we have a much more recent breadcrumb trail to follow.
well,
Ops, prepare to drop a comm buoy. Navigation, plot a course.
I guess I'll get back down to the engine room and see what I can do from there.
Actually, I'd rather you stay on the bridge.
Yes, sir.
Vada can handle things down in main engineering. We need you on ops.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we'll jump back to the shuttle.
So, so what do I do to see if we can do anything to get to the planet? Do I want to roll or what?
Okay, so you do think that, given the state of your shuttle, that you're not going to be able to last long in space, but you do feel that you can hold the shuttle together long enough to get to the planet.
What's your rank, real quick, Pend?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Okay, Lieutenant. I got some good news, and I've got some really fucking bad news. The bad news is if we stay in space, we're fucked. The good news is we can get to the planet, holding the ship together, barely.
And we're fucked.
Yeah, kind of. What about the like the distress beacon?
What about that?
Yeah, so I was
Cecile was
having
ordered to launch one.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
asking if he launched one.
Yeah, don't they fire out of the torpedo tubes though? And they're like on the under back side of the
No,
shuttle.
those are on the forward part of the ship.
Okay, well then you should have them.
Still.
Fire fucking beacon! Before we get any more done fucked.
Yeah, so
And you are able to launch a distress beacon.
so it was basically getting Cecile to launch for distress and getting the lieutenant commander to search for anywhere that could actually land the shuttle.
We don't need to roll for that. Reason and science.
Roll me reason science,
Okay.
difficulty 3.
Pascal 2, or is that
Yeah, this will be a task roll 2. This will be difficulty 3.
How many momentum do we have?
You got
left?
2 left.
Do you want me to spend one, Lieutenant? Like, Pen.
Yeah, you can.
I'll spend one to buy another dice.
Okay, got you guys down the 1.
Okay, and I'm rolling.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll just roll
Uh,
the ship.
Holy.
So you do find a relatively flat area of the planet that has a little bit of clearing from tree cover. That you do think that you can get a shuttle down quickly enough to A, outrun whatever's chasing you, and B, to get down there before the
Before we
the shuttle disintegrates or whatever is going to happen to the shuttle.
Right.
So the con task then to fly the ship down there is going to be, I will let you use either your daring or your control
They're both the same.
with your con skill. We'll make it difficulty 2 because he passed that one.
Well, who flies the ship, that'd be Pen.
Yeah,
It'd be Pen who flies. You can do it, Pen. I believe in you.
it's pretty much the only thing I'm good at.
Well, hopefully you're good at it.
So difficulty 2. I'm going to spend the momentum to get a die.
Okay, got you guys back down to 1.
Ooh, good one. So do I?
And I got you guys banky. I got you guys up to 3.
do a
Yeah.
Help roll then. So do I just roll from my sheet then?
No, we just need the ship.
So would it be
Okay, then.
engines con?
Yes.
Okay.
And I got 4 momentum. And complication. Yep, I know. Okay. So you start to pilot the ship down to the planet, and you are able to get it down quickly, and you kind of make a little bit of a hard landing, but nothing that's too hard. However, as you land the shuttle, all the emergency force fields, as well as main power, go offline, and water starts seeping into the shuttle from the breaches in the hull.
Everyone out, get the EV suits.
I grab one.
Lieutenant, the EV suits were in the back.
Then everyone out.
Get the fuck out, bud.
All right. As you exit as the shuttle crew exit the shuttle, the scenery of the planet becomes clear. It is a wetland swamp with black water and trees lining and taking root on the little land that can be found lies before you. It looks like something out of a nightmare or a scary horror film. The shuttle is also sitting in about 2 feet of water, and as you step out of the shuttle into the swampy water, the water comes up to cover around your knees.
Is the ship sinking?
The ship is not sinking.
Okay, can we get on top of the ship?
Cecile's already on top of the ship.
Oh yeah, cats, water.
If she is able to jump, what is it, 10 feet in the air? Then sure, she could probably
Actually,
pull you guys up.
Caitians have a really good ability to jump. Like, if you're okay with that, I'd say that she can.
Yeah,
10 feet close.
I think the imagery of potentially jumping onto one of the other nacelle and jumping onto the shuttle, I think is fine.
Yeah.
So, with my communicator on me, can I try to contact the Kismet? Is it possible?
Sure, but nothing happens.
I'm not getting any signal from the Kismet.
I don't think you would, and not even in this system.
Well, we fucked. Hopefully they can detect that beacon.
Our ops officer has some very outdated vernacular.
All right. So really quick, before we go any further in this thing, can I get the commander and the lieutenant commander into the command chat really quick?
I can't see that chat.
You should be able to now.
Yeah.
There's just one quick thing I got to go over with these guys, and then we'll be back.
You don't need me, do you?
No.
Okay.
I can't see the command chat either.
I just need the lieutenant commander and the commander. I don't need Pent.
Oh,
We're plotting against you.
oh yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
I believe it.
I don't blame them. I can be pretty much of an asshole.
Well,
Well, I mean, you
whose
know,
fault
it
is
happens.
that?
I mean, it's not like I planned to be like the comedy asshole. I just kind of fell into that role.
Don't feel bad. I'm here now. I will help you.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
No, I'm kidding. Kind of.
I mean, I've already
But it's
got.
like,
I mean, if you want to help me spread bad rumors about the captain, like I've been for the last since episode 1, pretty
Literally
much.
the worst.
yeah, probably not. I'm a comical asshole in a different sense.
I mean, the fact that he keeps chatting up the Cation, you tried getting it over a crystal being. He's chatting up everyone.
He's a
Oh.
friendly guy.
Yeah, too friendly.
Okay, so one day your doctor will have to cure him of space AIDS. It'll be okay.
Not that bad.
Wasn't that thing that Tucker got in that one episode of Enterprise?
No, that was male pregnancy.
Right, that's the other annoying fanfic.
All right, I think we're
please,
I
let
think
that
we're
happen.
ready to continue the scene.
That was interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
That's the most fun fanfic.
So Cecile is up on top of the shuttle as you guys get out. It was remarkably quick.
I look over. We should maybe. We should probably get deeper into the swamp instead of being out here in the open. We might be safer there.
Yes, dry land, dry land.
Yeah, there could be dry land there, and Kitty will be away from water.
And Cecile jumps to one of the nearest trees, however far that is.
Well, it's pretty far.
Like, is it farther than 10 feet?
Yes.
Damn.
She face plants
Just
into the
gonna
water.
Oh, the kitty got all wet. Come on, that's.
So like so to give you kind of an idea, the tree line is probably maybe 200 yards off. You kind of landed in like a giant open clearing of water.
in a puddle.
Yeah, a very large puddle.
Very
Oh,
large puddle.
The kitty got wet. Lieutenant, you should go help the kitty.
Have we got any
We should.
stuff
keep
left on the
going.
shuttle?
We should keep going. Don't worry about the shuttle.
What are you looking for on the shuttle?
You like my
a-
shuttle?
Like any beacons or anything to help amplify signals?
Yeah. Which shuttle are you guys on?
It's the Angela. It's
They-
the Type 9.
The Angelou.
We've got improved impulse
shame.
drive.
You
Yeah.
don't have the shuttle that has like.
You don't have the good crashing shuttle.
Nope, I had that.
I mean, I would like to state I'm not crashing these ships. They're just crashing with me on them. I
Fine,
swear.
different.
The plot is crashing. The shuttle's not penned.
Right.
I swear to God, I'm not a bad pilot.
So, I don't know, like what you'd want to get on the shuttle. You might want to grab phasers or
you have
tricorders.
Yeah, we
you
don't.
have all those.
Okay.
Probably emergency rations, maybe, but
a first aid kit.
yeah, a med kit.
Lights.
Grab what you need.
I don't
and
need
let's go.
lights.
Grab what you need, you two, and we need to get going.
Yeah, I'll
Now.
I'll grab some equipment like lights, first aid, and rations. I'll put it in my character sheet.
And then we
Copy.
can move. Then we.
I think Cecile would grab the med kit.
Then we can move deeper.
Yeah.
And,
especially now. Ooh, which fits because we gave her better medicine.
Let's see. So Cecile is soaked, and Not happy.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not happy, Kitty, but we need to get moving. Hit me again, and you'll find out how far and how deep this water is.
Come on, you two. While we're
She
looking
just
for
stalks off.
while we're looking for dry ground, we can at least
can-
get
we
better
can-
scans.
We can dry off as we're walking. Let's go.
You don't have fur.
Does it look like I care? We crash landed on a planet, and yeah, we have no idea where the hell we are. So let's get moving.
Come on, children. Let's get scans.
Yeah, so let's get scans. I start moving. I start walking deeper.
Cecile's ahead of you two, heading for the tree line, the swamp.
Is that going like deeper in, Ed?
Yes. Yeah. The tree line is where I want you guys.
So walk toward the walk deeper in, I guess, toward the tree line then.
All right. As you guys get to the tree line, the other two shuttle crew members, except for Pend, just kind of start like they mumble some random words and just book it into the forest.
And as soon as you hit the tree line, I'm pretty sure Cecile jumps up into the trees.
And probably starts jumping from tree to tree. Yes.
Right.
So then there's just kind of Penn just standing at the edge of the forest going like, what just happened?
I have a question. Can I do a roll with my fitness command as Cecile?
For
The idea of the pack leader trying to lead into the trees.
Well, this is the point where I'm going to take control of them.
Okay.
That I kind of alluded to.
Actually, Penn, we did.
Well, good.
I recommended that you be put in charge as part of training.
So at any rate, getting back to the plot point. So Lieutenant Penn, you kind of see the Cation kind of scale a tree and start jumping from tree to tree, going deeper into the forest. And the lieutenant commander just kind of starts sprinting at foot, mumbling incoherent words as they're screaming as he's running through into the forested part of the swamp.
Just gonna shout, "Where the bloody hell are you two going?"
And as you say that you kind of can still make out the mumbling getting further away from you.
Can I pick up their their signals on the tricorder?
You can, and then we're going to jump to the Kismet.
All right.
All right. So the Kismet was going to what point exactly?
Their last note. So I will say it right here. Captain's log supplemental. We have lost contact with Survey Team Alpha. This is very disconcerting, as we have no idea where they could have gone at the end of their survey mission. The Kismet is currently en route to its last known location, the point where we last spoke with Survey Team Alpha. If I know Pend, he's done everything in his power to keep the crew of his shuttle safe. But we'll see. So this is where we probably warp to their last known positions.
Which I assume would be the communications range they'd be coming into.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question I have is, what is their last known position?
Yep,
Is my question.
Great
Well,
fucking
here's
question.
the thing. I'm aware that this comms blackout, so to speak, is because of interference. So what my orders probably were for them to come out of the interference and get in touch with us, and then go back in, and we'd be following along more or less their projected path within the interference, figuring where they're going to come out next.
Right.
Okay.
So I think it's like a point of empty space that's mathematically determined between the different systems they're surveying.
Right.
Yeah,
So
no.
okay, yeah, I got it. So you guys get to that point where they were making communications. So yeah. So what do you guys do when you get there?
This is the most nerve-wracking part of the job.
Captain.
Lieutenant Nalbrin, scan for wreckage.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and make a roll using your reason and science. Difficulty 0.
Oh.
I assume that's because you're taking into account the kismet.
No.
Oh,
Can't go below 0 though. So
will the kismet assist though?
Yes.
Sensor science.
1 success, 1 complication. 2 successes and 1 complication.
Okay. So you bank 2 momentum, and I get a complication.
Sorry,
Cool.
Captain.
All right. So you do not pick up any debris. However, you are able to pick up a warp trail from the shuttle that is leading back into where the interference would be.
Okay. That makes sense. Last point of contact was only 24 hours old, so it would make sense that the warp signature would be there despite the interference. Plot a course along that trail. Time to follow some breadcrumbs. Hey, Varro?
indeed. Wittergast, plot a trajectory.
Wittergast isn't with us. Oh, wait, no, he is.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He was on
back.
my ship.
That's right.
He was on my ship, so I ordered him up to the con.
All right, so you guys follow the warp trail, and I don't know, maybe after a few hours, you guys at a star system with a Type O star that has 16 planets around it. 5 of them gas giants, 10 rocky, and 1 K class.
All right.
Well, this system is actually interesting.
Oh. Sorry that you didn't find anything like this on your in your search zone, XO.
Indeed.
I don't know. I was watching an ancient video the other day, and the planet I came across looked like Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, in Starfleet, in the academy, my roommate was just with those old movies.
Oh, I find them quite enjoyable, actually. Look that one up. Not familiar with it. Surprising. Anyhow, where does their trail lead from here?
Let me take a look, Captain.
All right, this one is going to be Reason Science difficulty 2.
But with sensors, science,
So yeah, difficulty 1.
difficulty. What?
What's that?
No successes
You done fucked
and a
up AA
complication.
wrong. You done fucked up AA wrong.
How
Yeah.
many successes?
No successes.
Okay,
one
that means
complication.
we failed.
Yeah.
What's your reason in science?
11.
Ugh.
What?
Wow. What?
And you're an
I should be
engineer?
making this roll.
Okay, so
My engineering would be like 14 or 15. My con is 14 or 15.
look on
Okay.
look in Discord.
so
This is why we need to be able to see character sheets.
Well, I can.
Well, my
I-
character sheet isn't completely filled out, except
yes.
like on here, on
Right.
roll 20. So
Dear.
Yeah.
Okay, so bottom
Alright,
line.
so you follow their warp trail to the class planet.
And then that's it, I guess.
Oh,
Um,
Die on a swamp planet.
it's possible the ship experienced some sort of technical difficulties and was forced to make a landing on this planet. It's not too hostile. If they have their environmental suits, they might still be alive.
Hmm.
Check for a beacon. Sorry, had to cough.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe they sent out a distress beacon.
That's entirely possible. Lieutenant, give us a wideband search. See if they've deployed anything.
Sure, I can try that again. Why not?
Well, this one we might actually be able to reason as like reason
Alright.
engineering or something, or control engineering.
So 1 success.
all right. Hold on. I didn't think of the rule yet because so you want him to do.
I want him to do a search for any comm signal in range,
Okay.
passive or active. So what would the ship assist with? I assume like science communication.
Yeah.
So what's the difficulty?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
make it-
fine.
We'll make it 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Open
okay.
ship.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna die.
You see, Nalbrin, it's good to know what the difficulty of the task is going to be before we roll it.
Yeah, I got excited. I'm sorry.
Because then we can decide whether or not we want to spend momentum.
So
Fair enough.
So, because of the interference from this area of space, you are only able to pick up communications within long range of the ship, and you do not detect any communications in that zone.
Okay. Anything on the planet?
There, as far as you can tell, it's just a normal K-class planet that has a what the hell is it? What did I say? Methane atmosphere, nitrogen methane atmosphere, and you
Okay,
do
it's got
detect
methane.
ruins on the planet.
All right. Are they? What are the ruins made of?
Just rocky ruins.
Okay.
Ruins.
It's possible they're down there.
Certainly. What do you think, Commander? Shall we send down an away team?
I think that would be advisable, Captain.
Hmm.
In that methane atmosphere, they wouldn't last long.
Understood. Think.
Plus, there's possibility for small-scale combustions.
In that case, I'd like you to bring down. I would like you to bring down the ensign, Ensign Sullivan. The away
Understood.
team might be. The away team might be. Survey Team Alpha might be in need of medical assistance. If that's the case, then it's better that they get it down there.
Captain, I wouldn't recommend that we try and transport through that. The transporters could cause some disturbance in the atmosphere. I think taking down a shuttle on minimal maneuvering would be much more advisable.
Actually,
Captain.
wait, no. Is the interference? Would the interference be affecting our transporters or just our comms?
Oh no, not the interference. The methane nitrogen atmosphere.
Oh,
Captain, if you don't mind, I could pilot that shuttle.
Very good. Lieutenant, it's me.
Yes, sir.
Varro to sick bay. Ensign Sullivan, report to the hangar deck.
Aye, sir.
Bring your medical kit.
She's gonna. I'm trying to figure out a way to. No, she's just gonna arrive on the turbo lift and say, you wanted to see me, sir?
You'll be accompanying me down to the planet below. We're looking for possible survivors of what we presume to be a shuttle emergency landing.
Aye, sir. We are above the K-class world, correct, sir?
That's correct.
Hang on, let me actually look up. K-class means,
It's like Mars, right?
yeah.
Kind of. It's like
It's habitable,
It's-
but it has to be in certain like special zones.
it's very ripe for terraforming, which means it
Yes.
usually has an atmosphere or terrain that is close to M class, but it has some difference. In this case, it would probably be the fact that the atmosphere is a methane nitrogen rather than oxygen nitrogen.
Yeah.
Okay.
meaning-
So like essentially this is like the moon Titan or something similar to that, in that it does have a small atmosphere, but like the makeup of the planet is what's giving off the is what's making up the atmosphere.
So yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna want EV suits.
All right.
Hostile environment protocols are activated. Understood, people? We'll be going in
Understood, sir.
EV suits even while we're in the shuttle.
Yes, sir.
Sullivan's gonna seem a bit slightly uncomfortable in EV's suit. She moves in a way that sort of has a bit more exaggerated movements than she's used to.
Ensign, I'm assuming it's been a while since your zero-G training?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. It's just like riding a bicycle. And then Varro mumbles under his breath, whatever the hell that is.
I'm just like trying to clear my head of her like being like, oh, the CV suit. I'm just like, okay.
Are you telepathic?
Empathic.
Okay. I'm telepathic, just so you know.
And we're fucked. Back to you guys.
Yep, that the betazoid in me just can't help but show.
Okay, so you guys get into the shuttle and you start to head toward the planet. So in order to successfully navigate without setting off the methane in the atmosphere, please roll me Control Con difficulty 1.
I'll be the lieutenant. Nice.
One success, one complication, because RNGesus hates me.
Can we just spend that 2 momentum and neutralize that complication, please?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we
No,
have a stockpile of momentum.
because
right
at this point, I am going to spend some threat.
Nalbrin,
Okay.
what the hell?
now. Yeah.
I wrote in there RNGesus hates me. Y'all just yeah.
Are you
Like,
fuckers
whoa.
actively trying to kill me now?
This
Yeah,
is
I think you guys are actively trying to fucking get us killed.
because what is
See,
this? The third or fourth like roll in a row that you've gotten a
Yeah.
complication?
See, here's the thing. If we were
You-
playing
you-
D&D,
you
it'd
need
be
to-
ones.
You have a character sheet. Just throw everything in the character sheet. I think that's where it's messing up.
All right.
Because I gave you a character sheet. It's in the Kismet chat. It's under Kelari. So just start throwing stuff over.
Okay, I can do that.
Because I think you need to change your luck here.
Yeah.
So, as you guys start to enter the atmosphere, Lieutenant Kelari kind of takes it a little bit too steep into the atmosphere, and it ignites the methane around you.
Oh god.
Your shuttle is going to take 5 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay, that's a
fuck.
breach.
Is
Isn't it?
it now?
Which
that's your-
term craft are you on?
Don't worry, I can
Friend.
fix it. I can fix it when we land.
We have to be on the Tepren or the Byron.
If you
Let me take a look.
can't even land the goddamn ship.
We are on.
What's your
the-
what's your
Byron.
what
There's three of
is
us.
what's
I
your
would have taken the wait.
No,
Which
wait, yeah,
one is
actually,
the
Tepren.
Neruda?
the Neruda? Oh, you're right. We have the Neruda too. Yeah, we
I
definitely take
grabbed
the Neruda.
Neruda. Because that's the one that's easy to repair.
all right? So what? How many shields does the shell have?
3.
So that's 2 breaches.
It will be. I just got to figure out what 10 is. Where's my? All right, where are my magic cards? Damn it!
This is going to suck.
Yes, it is.
You know, I wasn't intentionally trying to like
Oh, we know.
impersonate Wash.
I mean, this is Star Trek. What better chance for us to Will Wheaton it up?
Oh yeah, no, I'm into Miles O'Brien all over this shit. I hope.
Better not blow me
Oh,
up.
here it is. What did you roll? A 10?
Yep.
That's structure.
And a 5 is 5 in effect.
Yeah, 5 is an effect.
Cool. So Commander Varro, you are 1 and 2. Sullivan, you're 3 and 4. What the hell is this other guy's name? Kalari, you're 5, 6.
Okay.
And the 5 is engines.
So as you guys hit the atmosphere, the methane around you explodes, causing severe damage to the structure of the hull, and the console at the con station explodes, injuring the
Ow.
lieutenant.
Oh.
You
That
said
was
it's the
not-
con that exploded?
Yes.
I move over to the secondary station to try and take to transfer helm control over to the ops panel, and I say to Sullivan, "Tend to him. We need to get him back on his feet as soon as possible."
Aye, sir.
Oh.
Okay.
right.
It's
So
okay,
which problem do you want to tackle first?
Okay. Sorry. So, has any of the con explosion breached his suit?
So you guys are still in the shuttle, so it's not
You haven't put your con.
Right.
You haven't put your suits on yet.
so it's
Oh, I thought
not
we were-
relevant.
Actually, I ordered everybody into their suits. There would still be spare suits, but I ordered everybody into suits as we were getting into the shuttle.
Okay, it's irrelevant because you still have oxygen in the shuttle.
Okay.
So the suit breaching is not a big deal. You're still on the shuttle.
Okay. Okay, so suit breach. Okay. What sort of injuries can I see through the and I'm going to guess concussion. Well, first I want to check to see if there's a concussion.
All right, hold on. Everyone in the fleet was talking at once, and I couldn't pull up my notes.
Actually, no concussion. I'm sorry. I know I keep jumping around on this. I'm gonna see what sort of injuries I can see right now on the surface.
Okay, so he has severe plasma burns. He probably has a broken arm, I would say. And that's all you can make out from looking at him.
Okay. Is the craft still in a position? Is there any sort of turbulence in the craft right now?
I think there's a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, the atmosphere is basically blowing up around you.
Right. We're a meteor right now. I'm trying to correct that.
Okay.
So that's why I asked you what do you guys want to tackle first, the blowing up around you or the injured person?
Well, I tried to have the ensign tend to the person while I tried to tend to the ship.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if I'm still at least conscious, I'm gonna scream just ah, and land us first, please.
You
Yeah,
took a
if-
console to the face. I don't think it
If
comes.
I need to do anything delicate, we're gonna need to be landed first.
Understood, Ensign.
So what are you guys doing then?
I'm trying
Okay.
to stabilize our trajectory into a slower descent.
Does my
Trying to
medical
trigger the,
kit have any-
So keep in mind this happened as soon as you touched the atmosphere. So
Right,
you're
okay,
still
got
high
it.
up.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull out of the atmosphere then, actually.
Okay.
How much are we
Um,
out of the atmosphere then?
So this is going to be a con roll of difficulty 2.
Okay. Ooh, it's not my best roll. Let's see. How much momentum do we have?
I still got you at 6.
Okay. I'm going to spend 3 momentum here
Please do.
because I have god awful stats.
I mean, we're already fucked as it is, but please go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm going to do control and con.
I'm pretty sure the wheels on our bus are going round and round at this point.
I mean, is there a case that he could use daring con if his daring is better?
My daring is worse.
Never mind then.
I do not have an applicable focus here. Okay.
So you get
Okay.
2 back and then assisted by the ship.
Oh, is the ship still okay? Good.
Yeah, the engines are still working. It's the structure that blew up around it.
So those 2 hits on the structure then.
What's it going
Right.
to roll with?
Engines con.
Right.
assuming.
So the shuttle is basically destroyed. The breaches are really bad. Emergency force fields are basically what's holding you together.
Right.
Essentially, get out of there and
So essentially, beam back to the ship is what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us out of the atmosphere so we can get us beamed back to the ship and then tow the shuttle back in with a tractor beam.
And you are able to correct your flight and achieve escape velocity from the planet.
All right, I'm setting us into a orbital pathway just to minimize stress on the ship's structure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
you guys could try scanning again.
Naruto to Kismet, I'm sure you saw our fireworks there. We're going to request an emergency beam out and then tractoring the shuttle back into the launch bay. This
course.
ship is going to need some serious work.
Of course, immediately. And I turn to it's Kaleri who's still on the bridge, right?
No, Calari was piloting the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the one that's hurt.
So I immediately turn to whoever is at the I turn to whoever is immediately at the ops console and I said, "Get it done. Emergency beam out."
And they are beamed. So all 3 members are beamed directly to sickbay,
Cool.
and they say, "Done, Captain."
Stick bay to bridge.
Bridge here.
Okay. Kaleri, do you need me to help you?
Kaleri is still unconscious.
Oh, he's completely knocked out. Okay.
Yeah, when you take a hit from a console exploding, it's an instant injury.
Okay. I'm going to immediately put him on a bed.
Okay.
Say the thing.
Yeah.
Do it.
I know it's coming.
Okay.
You know you want to, Sullivan.
I'm gonna see. Well, the Starfleet regulations basically allow me to do any sort of repair surgery, or do I need the EMH as a sort of doctor with me as help guided?
I would
think-
imagine, unless you are trained in surgery, that you can probably not perform it yourself.
Okay. I do have emergency medicine and trauma as focuses.
But we
And
don't
surgery
even
is
know
a
what the
focus.
problem is.
Right. You need to
Well-
diagnose.
Well, we diagnosed plasma burns and a broken arm.
Does that need
Yes,
surgery?
but I could also have internal injuries.
Very true.
Concussion.
I'd like to check. I'd like to run a scan with the medical track order.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me reason and medicine. Difficulty 1.
Oh fuck.
Wait, why'd you only roll 1 die?
Oh. Let me roll. Let me roll the other one.
Yeah, task rolls are generally always 2.
There
Cool.
you go.
Okay, difficulty 1. Good.
So as far as you can tell, the lieutenant has 3rd degree plasma burns. They do have a broken arm and a separated shoulder that will require minor surgery.
Ugh. So yeah,
Okay.
we all know what you got to do.
And
Computer?
while that's happening, I contact the bridge.
Okay, and I need to go to the bathroom.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll be right.
So this is the point for the commander to contact the bridge.
Sick bay to bridge. Lieutenant Kaleri took explosion of a console, fairly difficult. He should be all right, I expect, but he'll need some surgery. I'm heading up to the bridge. I don't recommend we take another shuttle down there.
Yes.
Not without modifying it somewhat first.
Meet me in my ready room.
Understood. And I head to the bridge.
All right.
And the captain walks into his ready room.
And in a few minutes, the commander is standing outside your door.
Beep,
I
beep.
assume he presses the button to ask to be let in.
Yeah.
Enter.
Yes, Captain?
Okay. We have no idea what happened to. We have no idea what happened to Survey Team Alpha, and every attempt to look into it is just raised more questions. This isn't looking good.
Well, Captain, I'd suggest we run a more detailed scan of the system, scan for any debris, possible warp vectors,
Distress beacon.
a distress beacon.
Mhm.
Shh, where did that voice come from? Someone was thinking on the bridge.
Giant fish! Giant fish!
So much
yeah.
cocaine is so much cocaine. People stop using cocaine on the ship.
The voices I hear sometimes.
I don't know if that's. I don't know how necessary that'll be, Commander. Everything that we've seen so far indicates that their shuttle stopped at this planet. Those ruins.
Yes, but we've detected
down there.
we've detected no sign of the shuttle itself nor the crew. It's
Well,
possible that they were destroyed, in which case that suggests we scan for weapons fire. But as is, there's nothing pointing to them being on the planet and having survived. Especially if their ship was damaged. Ours wasn't, and we weren't able to navigate that atmosphere safely. And while Pend is a great pilot, I seriously doubt with a ship in some sort of distress that it would have survived intact at the surface.
I'll be sure to tell him you said that. Sorry, gallows humor.
Burrow just nods.
I suppose, hearing that the ruins are down on that planet, I suppose it was a bit of wishful thinking.
Indeed.
All right.
However, we should determine the fate of the crew. Whatever that
course.
may be.
I'll take your advice. We'll start with a more detailed scan of the system.
I'd recommend the planet since their trail ends here. Could be we missed something on our first scan. Those ruins might be obscuring some of our data. And it could be that their debris is intermingled with the buildings.
That's entirely possible. Is Ensign Sullivan back?
She's tending to Lieutenant.
No. That wasn't. That was.
I'm back.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was out of character. So yeah, Harmon stands up and he taps his comm badge, and he says, "Captain Grennan to Ensign Sullivan.
Yes, Captain.
How are things looking down there?"
Third-degree burn, separated shoulder, most likely a concussion, broken arm. Lieutenant is going to be out of action for at least a few weeks, sir.
That's not what I wanted to hear. But
I'm gonna try to perform emergency. I'm gonna try to perform some emergency surgery to see if I can help the process along.
Very good. I
Dataline.
don't want to distract you from your work, so I'll let you get to it. Captain out. This is probably a good chance to cut down to Sullivan.
Yep. Ensign, what are you doing?
Say the line.
Stay aligned.
Say it.
Computer, activate emergency medical hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Yes. Sorry.
We were all entirely too excited for that.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
Hello, was there a reason you called me? Or is this a social visit?
Right now we have. Hi. Don't know who you've met. Nurse Sullivan. Right now, I am the chief medical officer, but I'm unable to perform surgery due to Starfleet law stuff that I can't get into right now. So technically, you're gonna have to lead this.
You're the medical officer on this ship. You're a nurse.
Yes, sir. I'm aware of that. Not sir. Yes, doctor. I'm aware of that.
So the doctor walks up to the patient. Tricorder, please.
I was able to detect third-degree burns, and I'm gonna give him all the stuff I already know about.
Do you pass a tricorder?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I passed the tricorder.
Medical tricorder.
Of course.
Oh
I'm doomed.
I had to do it. Okay, where's the? All right, someone could do the EMH sheet. He quickly scans them.
I got it.
Does a quick survey. Says, "Nurse, prep this guy for prep the patient for surgery." And he moves
doctor.
to the injured shoulder and will perform the surgery. The role is going to be control medicine difficulty 2.
Control medicine difficulty 2.
Probably
may I sit?
probably assisted by the nurse.
What kind of momentum do we have?
Focuses do not count into.
You can use
into
focus bonus assist.
You have 5 momentum, and yes, you can use focuses as an assist.
Is emergency medicine applicable?
Emergency medicine?
Yeah, I'll give it because this is an emergency.
Yeah, you have to save my beautiful face. That face is gone.
Mm-mm. So, shall I roll?
Yep.
Are we spending any momentum for him?
It's up to you.
You know what? I think we can afford to spend 1.
Okay.
So we
3
are down to
dice.
4.
3 dice. He has a focus. Thank you, surgery. Yes!
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
And the complication.
Who just popped in?
Erica.
Oh, hey!
All right, so
That's some timing.
so the EMH.
Demand to see your
Robot,
Wait,
you're a
what?
fucking
What the
robot.
hell?
The lag.
That was
Okay, so you guys have a full 6 now. The doctor expertly repairs the shoulder and places the arm, and the doctor turns to the ensign and says, "Take care of these burns," and he goes offline.
Hi, doctor.
He's so rude.
He is a Mark
Maybe-
1.
Why do we have a Mark 1?
Don't question it.
Because everyone wanted Robert Picardo.
Exactly.
I definitely want. Yeah, I mean, he's Robert Picardo. Who wouldn't want him on the ship?
All right, so we'll jump back to the bridge.
All right. And I'm exiting the captain's ready room.
Mm.
All right. Lyrica is at ops now, I believe.
I am still driving. I am just listening and making very bad things. Such
Okay.
as now in the Legion of Doom.
We all fucked up. We are fucked beyond belief. Factor fiction.
Speak for yourself.
Please.
So sounds like Liarca actually isn't going to be able to help out.
Right.
Somebody just roll a scan. We're fucked.
Well, I mean, I could roll for him.
Yeah.
I don't care if Bob Pagoda rolls. We're kind of fucked right now. We got a kitty cat that's running across some trees and a trail running.
And
Yeah,
hey,
no,
hey,
So
Lieutenant Commander, just for an FYI, since we are streaming, and since this is probably going on YouTube, they do have hits on foul language. So I don't know if Penn plans to do anything with the YouTube video, like monetize.
No.
But if he does, the language will throw a hit on it. So just kind of watch the language a little bit, please.
We are fornicated. We're extremely fornicated. We're fornicated beyond belief.
Don't worry. I
man.
don't.
Anyway.
I don't plan on getting anything from this. I'm just posting it for my own shits and giggles.
Right, right.
So anywho, so I think Brennan's gonna go back onto the bridge, and we'll have Vara do the scan.
Okay.
Borrowed better than Hasker was.
Yeah, I'm moving to the ops station.
All right, and this will. So if you use Vada or Varo, you said Varo.
Borrow.
Vara.
Gotcha. Okay,
Half our crew is missing.
so I am going to make this scan a difficulty 4 scan.
Oh my god.
Damn it! Okay, well, I'm buying 2 die then.
But is this sensor science?
Yes,
So difficulty
Okay, so
3.
difficulty 3.
which is why I had to make it 4.
Right. I'm still gonna buy the die with that. Might give you a complication, but
You're gonna buy die because we're gonna die.
I'm gonna
Or-
buy die because my stats here aren't too good. They're not bad, but they're not great. I've got a 12 and
What's the What's the check he's making?
Oh, you know what? I'll even let you do your security skill.
that's very kind of you. Reason security?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Because I would imagine at this point you're thinking debris, so it'd
Mhm.
probably
Yeah, that
more
is what
be
I'm
more be trying to find weapons fire and what the hell happened and
Yeah, I'm scanning for warp core residue.
Right.
I'm scanning for weapons, signatures, debris,
right.
Mhm.
traces of combat. That's where my mind goes.
Hit it. Hey,
Hey.
that's the roll I like to see.
All right. So you get your stuff back.
We get 1 momentum back.
2.
Well,
That was
you guys,
difficulty 4. Oh, down
well,
3.
you guys are at 6, so you guys are back to 6.
No, we're
Varo-
5 because I had to spend 3 to get the momentum.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
the 4th die.
Well, I didn't know you
We're
spent.
5.
I wasn't paying
Well, I
attention how
have-
you rolled.
Well, I have stopped for gas. What can I do to help everybody?
I just did the roll.
Oh,
Yeah, you
well
just
then
did
I am
roll.
completely useless then, ain't I?
We'll bring you up to speed. Shuttle crashed onto a planet because it got attacked by a
Space fish.
space
Space fish.
fish. Three of us were on the shuttle. One of the nacelles got blown off, like in the attack. So we crashed with a Cation, a Trill, and I have no idea what.
Tellarite.
Tellarite. 2 of us went absolutely batshit insane and ran into the deeper inside to the swamp that's on the planet.
And
Okay,
Tenzin
note to
on-
self: do not go to the swamp planet of la 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 la. Okay.
Right, but we don't know that yet. We're on the ship. We're trying to track Survey Team Alpha to figure out where they've gone to because
Right.
they didn't check in at the right time.
So I could,
Can I try something? Can
so
I try something real?
well, hold on. We're in the middle of a roll. So, Commander, you got the information.
Captain, I'm picking up a faint warp trail from what looks like the shuttle. It's leading to a system around 3 light years away from here.
Really? Huh. I didn't catch that first time around. Odd.
You're useless.
Yeah,
And it's Wittergast at the helm now,
Correct.
right? Right? Mr. Wittergast, plot a course along our new warp trail heading. Warp 7.
And the ship speeds off the warp, and the ship eventually comes to a point in space where the trail seems to end, and the ship drops out of warp at the end of that.
Okay.
Hailing frequencies? Is there anything on scanners or on communications?
Oh yeah, they did drop that. So
Yeah, it did.
all right, so you are picking up an automated distress beacon, and you said you did scanners.
Yeah, I'm at scanners still, I guess. All right. Picking up small amounts of debris from shuttle. Looks like a piece of nacelle and some bulkheads.
Mm.
On screen.
And on screen, you see a piece of the nacelle from the shuttle. And leading away from the nacelle looks to be a faint plasma wake.
Wow, that's a much clearer trail.
Bridge to engineering. We have some debris. I'd like you to beam aboard. See what you can find out from it. It's a piece of our missing shuttle.
Would be you, Liarka.
Instead of BDB now.
And the lag.
So much the heck.
All right. Well, as the nacelle is being aboard, it just seems that it was ripped off the ship. There doesn't seem to be any weapons signature or energy damage to it. It just seems to have been ripped off.
All right.
Non-
That gives me ideas.
Commander, how much debris is there? Is it enough for the whole shuttle, or?
Not even close. It's maybe a fourth of the shuttle at best. And I'm reading a plasma wake leading away from the site of the debris, as well as an automated distress beacon.
Fantastic. Let's
Does the distress beacon have any message on it, or is
Yeah,
it
I was
just an
gonna say.
automated
It's
beacon?
just automated from
Okay.
the buoy, just automated.
but it's from our shuttle.
Yes.
Great. Great.
All right, so we're not picking up any sign of weapons damage on that debris, which suggests that whatever did this was an unorthodox attacker. Possibly gravitational strain, possibly some sort of unknown weapon system, but it's definitely not any of the adversaries we're traditionally concerned with.
Or could just be a gravitational anomaly. Gravimetric shearing could do something like this. Either way, we'll probably be able to find out more information when we find the shuttle itself.
Yeah, or it could be a giant space fish. Just don't know.
Giant space fish.
Just a
Um,
random
Then-
idea that popped into my head.
Torpedo?
Hmm?
Do I load the anti-space fish torpedoes?
Yum.
Okay.
All right,
Helm,
then,
set a course after that plasma trail, I guess.
Perfect.
Hi, Commander. So as you guys start to follow the trail, the ship starts to shake violently, and the comm officer reports, "Sir, we are starting to experience a strange gravitational force. It's starting to make piloting difficult."
is our structure holding?
Do.
We're detecting increased stress on the hull at both temperature and conventional stress.
Vada, I need he taps his comm badge. Bridge to Vada. I need you to pump everything you can into the structural integrity field.
As you're on that, the person at the tactical position says, "Sir, we just lost shields."
What on earth? Red alert!
Love the confused red alert.
Red
Red
alert.
alert!
So I actually have a question, and this may not be anything, but even unconscious, can I like sense that big fish thingy?
No.
Okay. I mean, it's sentient-ish, so that's why I asked.
We don't know
We
that.
don't even have. We don't
So
even have-
as you guys are continuing along the path, the shaking on the ship and the hull stresses increase.
Captain, recommend we back off and assess the cause of this gravitational shearing.
Agreed, XO. Wittergast, get us out of here.
As soon as you give that order, appearing directly in front of your ship is a planet. The planet is black and green in color, and your ship is caught in the gravitational field of the planet, and you will crash if you do not take action.
Well, shit.
Well, shit.
So yeah. as
So
soon
wait,
as-
the planet
like,
just suddenly appeared?
Sure did.
I like to think that planet suddenly appears. Grennan goes, "What the?" and then slam, and we all lurch in our seats.
So you haven't hit it. You're definitely in the atmosphere.
Right. Helm, full reverse.
So if someone wants to roll for helm,
That would be Wittergast.
this is going to be a difficulty 3 task.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's use momentum on this.
He also has cautious con, so that'll help.
So hang on, I gotta spend a crew support point.
Last call before I get back in the truck. Do you need me to do anything?
No.
No, I think we're good.
All right. Probably won't be able to talk to you guys after this, so catch y'all later.
Oh no,
Bye.
he doesn't have cautious.
No, he doesn't. Although we could give it to him.
I mean,
Right, because this is his second appearance, so we could have
Isn't-
given it to him.
Yeah, give it to him.
I'm cautious.
Because you know I had to give it to him.
you need to stop giving things to people.
Okay. So who's rolling for Wittergast?
I know. Let's have Nalbrin do it.
This character's out of commission. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'm only unconscious with a broken arm. Let's do this shit.
Yeah. So you'll find Jason Wittergast under the Kismet support.
So what do you want him to roll?
Oh, either control or daring and con.
He's more of a control con.
Yeah. And are we spending momentum for him?
Spend 1.
Okay. And that's 3 on the task roll.
And he does have helm control focus.
So that's a focus as well.
Yeah, we're totally intent. We're just gonna kill the away team.
Hey, that's all right. We're gonna die.
Okay, and the ship. What does the ship assist with?
Probably engines con, but I can make the case for structure and con too.
Our engines are better.
Then engines it is.
So if you want to give that a roll, Nalbrin.
So yeah, are you gonna roll it, Nalbrin?
Oh, what am I doing? Sorry.
You're rolling Jason Wittergast.
So I think it's already set up, but if you want to
Okay.
give it a roll. So it needs to be
My apologies.
free.
I thought somebody else was doing that. What was I looking for again?
So it's control
Rolling con?
You've got a focus, and it is a task roll free because we have spent momentum.
All right. Got it. Let's do this. Hopefully.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Crushed it.
Only when I'm not playing myself.
Yeah, we got that momentum back.
So now you're at 6, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, so you guys see the planet in front of you and the quick works of con officer, the quick actions. He is able to basically throw the ship into full reverse. I mean, you guys are kind of thrown forward a little bit by the maneuver, but you are able to get the ship out of danger and put it into an orbit.
Harmon lets out a laugh and he walks over and claps Wittergast on the shoulder. He says, "Boy, Ben had been here to see that."
Oh man. Whew.
Captain, getting a strange contact coming up from the surface of the planet. It's fish?
Fish.
Yes, sir. On screen.
And so you guys see a large black fish that kind of looks like, you guys know those deep sea fish that kind of have that little light bulb.
An anglerfish.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that without the light bulb.
Okay.
That's a powerful ugly.
That is very ugly.
Yes, and we'll actually head back to the surface team now.
Just the complete and utter confusion.
I'm Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
All right, so I believe Pend was attempting to scan for the crew.
Yeah, so I'm chasing after him with the tricorder, trying to scan them and where they're running off to.
Okay, roll. So this is going to be one of those sell me on whatever skills you want to use, and it's going to be difficulty 2.
Well, there's no way in hell I'm going to get away with using con.
You're trying to figure out which direction they went?
Yeah, I think that one's still pushing it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Could I possibly go daring security? Like just sprinting after him and seeing if there's any dangers?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay. Could I use survival as a focus?
Yes.
And what is the difficulty, please?
Difficulty is 2.
I would like to spend momentum.
Right, down to 5.
Please don't fail, please don't fail.
Nice.
So you are back to full. And actually, I did forget this was a change in scene, but you're still back to full. Okay, so you are able to use your tricorder to trace the steps of one of the members of the shuttle, the lieutenant commander. This is also backed up by the broken branches from trees and the shreds of uniform left behind. Eventually, you are able to track the lieutenant commander, and as you approach them, they seem to be trying to climb a tree. And as you look up at the tree, they seem to be trying to catch a small rodent.
I'm gonna get that bastard. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna kill it.
Can I scan the rodent?
It's a rat.
Yeah, I figured it's a rat, but is it giving off any type of signal, anything?
It's just a rodent. It's
Just a
a
rodent.
run of the mill, probably. I don't know, not a rat, but like I don't know, like a kind of like a groundhog, maybe.
So they're basically looking at dinner.
Right.
Are you two even in your right mind at the moment?
So this is just the lieutenant commander that you see,
Lieutenant Commander, are you even in there?
and all you kind of hear is this incoherent mumbling as they're still trying to figure out a way to climb the tree, but they're just not able to do it.
They don't have any climbing claws.
I'm just
I'm a trio. I don't think so.
I'm just thinking to myself, is it within Starfleet regulation just to stun his ass? And
Commanding officer acting like a douche. Stun him.
Ed, I'm gonna send you a message.
Well,
okay?
I mean, you're in command, and he's posing a potential threat to himself. So yeah, it's well within your rights to shoot him. Yeah, on stun.
oh yeah, I don't intend to kill him. I tend to knock him out. But before I do that, can I scan him to see if there's anything different with his brain? Like if it's increasing certain chemicals or something's regressed.
So you try to scan them?
Yeah, just to see if what's
okay.
changed about him.
Right. So as you scan them, you start to as you scan them, you start to notice that his brain, the brain of the host body, is starting to deteriorate.
Well, that's not good.
Am I able to spend a momentum to get anything clearer than that?
Tell me what you're trying to do, and then we'll see if we can set up a roll.
I'm trying to figure out if it's. You say it's deteriorating, but is it his brain actually failing, or is it, like I said, is it regressing, or is it like an actual change in the chemicals being released?
Okay, roll me reason or insight, and I'm going to have to say either your science or your medicine.
I'll take medicines for a total 10.
Jeez.
And you could and I would still probably let you use survival for this.
Is the difficulty and complication?
Difficulty, I'm gonna say 2. Complication still 1.
I'd like to. Would people be alright if I spent 3 momentum?
Go ahead.
No, bad mind.
Okay. So 4 attempts to figure out what the bloody hell is going wrong. So I get 2 back.
You got forces. Oh. So what did I say? Difficulty 2, right? So you got,
we got
1
back.
back.
Yeah, 1 back, sorry.
Okay, cool. Where is Pend? There's Pend. Bam.
It's down on the planet.
Do I hear or see what's just happened in the atmosphere?
I will give you that information if you spend a momentum.
I would like to spend a momentum.
And this is from the scans. And not so much what you see.
No, I mean, did I hear or see the ship?
Oh, no.
No.
We're tiny compared to the sky.
Okay.
But that's what you learned from the momentum anyway.
So it's a good chance it's also affecting me.
Well, you're a Tellarite, so you tend to be resistant to this kind of thing.
Okay. Would I know if the shuttle would have had respirators, or would that have just been gone with the EV suits?
That would probably be with the EV suits.
If you could restore power, you might be able to replicate a small respirator, though.
It's possible, but I am at the moment leaning towards stunning him and knocking him out just to slow his breathing.
Interesting.
All right. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna stun him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your control security. I believe this is still you shooting a phaser, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Because he's not really trying to resist, probably just a difficulty 1.
It's not trying to duck behind the tree or anything.
Right.
And I doubt I could use either combat maneuvers or survival for her focus.
Probably not.
I think for the duration of this scene, I think survival could be used in everything, because you're trying to shoot in a phaser in such a way to not injure, but to incapacitate, which is kind of like a survival thing to me. So I think I'll let you use that focus throughout the rest of the scene.
Okay.
Cool.
Just given the setting.
Yeah, and I'm purposely trying to slow his breathing by doing this, so it's not the case of trying to purposely hurt him.
Right.
So I'd like to spend 1 more momentum.
Okay, I got you down to 2.
Yeah.
And you get 3 back.
We're at 5.
And you are able to successfully stun the lieutenant commander. And a quick scan shows that both the lieutenant commander and the symbiote will be okay from the stun. However, you do have to hurry to try to get him off planet. Otherwise, the thing I told you about might start to affect them further.
Yeah. How close am I to the shuttle? Was it too far away to be in consideration?
Probably, yeah, I think too far away to be considered at this point.
Okay, and do I know where Cecile is?
That one is going to be, again, sell me on skills and difficulty 3.
She's in the trees.
Tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say if we could probably get away with either control, daring, and security again, so I can just track her.
Yep.
Okay. And I think, yeah, I'll spend 1 momentum to roll 3 again.
Okay.
So that's
Damn.
1 momentum back.
Okay. So as you start to track them with the help of your tricorder and kind of seeing any damage done to the top of the trees, you finally spot the final member of the shuttle crew, and they're walking in circles around an unusually large tree. The tree is unusual as it does not look like any of the other types of trees you have encountered thus far. This one tree is far larger than any of that you have seen also. As you look toward the top of the tree to get a sense of the scale, you notice a faint trail of an energy beam heading into space from the top of the tree. And at this point, we will head back to the Kismet. And this will be a new scene.
We've been playing for about 3 hours now.
And yeah, I'm trying to get through. Yep.
Sorry, just making it known.
Yep.
Yep.
I know. This is normal. Okay, so we come back to you guys, and the ship is coming up from the fish is starting to come up from the planet and is heading directly toward your ship.
Who's a tactical? We have nobody right now.
Well, it'd be Evans, but he's not here.
Right.
Yeah.
So is Evans at tactical, or do we say that Tachibana's at tactical?
I will be okay with Evans being at tactical for his
Okay.
stats.
Just for the purpose of having actual stats.
Right.
Mr. Evans, acquire target lock on that creature. If it displays hostile intention, prepare to open fire.
He complies with your orders, and the fish gets closer. It is now within medium range of the ship.
Captain, your orders?
Do everything we can to raise those shields.
Okay, I'm at ops, so I guess that would be me. I don't have those things. Hold on. Too many hats.
Come on, get your shit together.
Yeah, I have to know all the things.
This is when Starfleet needs four-armed aliens.
Yeah. Da, da, da. Right, I forgot there's a thing in the ops positions. There we go. So would it be regenerating shields, or would it be modulating shields? Just trying to get them.
Regenerating shields.
Yeah.
We're currently at 0.
Okay. Got a total of 10 in this structure. Okay, so this is going to be control engineering assisted by the ship's structure and engineering.
Okay.
Difficulty 1 increases by 1 per success. And costs 1 power.
Okay.
It is currently we are currently at 14 power. Oh,
Doesn't work.
doesn't matter.
Shields are being quite stubborn, Captain.
Keep that lock. Keep that lock. Evans.
Do you pass turn?
I mean, we just did a task, so.
Right, but we have 6 momentum, so we could.
Well, you
keep it.
have 4.
Oh, we have 4?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd rather save it.
Okay.
I will spend 4 threat to get rid of my complication.
Whew.
So as the commander's trying to raise the shield, the fish picks up even more speed, and on screen you see the fish kind of clamp down on the left side of the saucer section of the ship, and right on the structure, and it rips a bite-sized hole into the side of the ship.
What?
Welcome to our world.
This is what we were dealing with, motherfucker.
And as that happens, of course, sparks fly, power goes out, shields are totally down at this point, and the tactical station kind of explodes in sparks, sending Evans to the ground.
Damn it, he's not even here.
Oh no.
I
And-
hear this, and
And
sorry.
and as that happens, the fish kind of takes a defensive stance between the ship and the planet.
Wittergast, evasive maneuvers. Harmon taps his comm badge. Ensign Sullivan, a medical emergency on the bridge.
Aye, Aye,
So
sir.
So we're gonna start with Wittergast, who's gonna try and perform. He's trying to get us away.
Do we have any more momentum?
You still got 4.
So when I say evasive maneuvers, I don't actually mean that we're going to do the evasive maneuvers thing. I just want him to get us as far away as we can.
All right.
Tactical retreat.
Yep.
So, what's the difficulty, and can he?
So you're actually doing the evasive actions, right?
Well, we're not doing it for the effect of the evasive action.
Oh, okay.
We're-
Yeah.
I say evasive action as in get us as far away as from that thing as
Okay.
possible.
So the con officer kind of moves the ship away, and you notice that the fish doesn't follow, but still kind of positions itself between your ship and the planet in a defensive posture.
Damage control. Dex 6 through 12.
All right, I'm just going to start reading off damage control. Hull breaches, Dex 5, 6, 7. Emergency force fields are down in those sections. 10 crew members are reported missing. Shields are out. Engines are still operational, of course, and as well as weapons.
All right.
Well, damn.
Yeah, right.
And Lieutenant Pend, as all this is going on, your comm badge starts kind of making a crackling, buzzing noise.
I would like to hit it. Pen to Kismet. Can you read me?
On the ship, you hear a very jarbled communication, but you are able to make out Lieutenant Pend, or whatever the hell he said.
Pend, this is the Kismet. Are you all right down there?
We've crashed on the surface. We've got one person unconscious, one person still out of their mind, and a big plant with a signal shooting straight into the atmosphere.
I see. We have a problem of our own. A big
Fish.
scale. That would be the one.
Yeah, he
You
took a
encountered
chunk
it.
out of us as well.
He took a chunk out of our ship. In addition, it would appear that we've lost some crew.
Well, if we don't get the other people off the planet now, we're gonna possibly lose 2 more.
Damn it.
Status of your away team, Mr. Penn.
One was unconscious. I had to stun him because he's lost his mind. The lieutenant commander, and
The other away team is still kind of doing circles around this giant tree.
yeah,
Well, one of them should be knocked out, right?
Yeah, the other one is the Cation is doing circles around this giant tree.
I can explain it all later, Captain. It's just I'm dealing with a situation down here myself.
And we're dealing with one up here. If we can't get any closer to the planet, I don't think we're going to be able to get you out of there.
I have an idea, but I'm gonna have to leave you for now. You deal with yours, I'll deal with mine.
Understood. Keep in touch.
Yes, Captain.
All right, we'll start with Pend. What's your idea?
So, this is a bit of a 2 to 3 part thing. First part would be scanning the plant or the tree with the beam to see if it's what it is. 2 would be if I could overload the phaser and get it on the tree. And 3 would be get Sisti away from the tree.
Okay, so we'll handle number 1 right now. You said you wanted to scan the tree, right?
Yeah, see if it's affecting any systems or whether it's got something to do with the fish.
Okay, go ahead and roll me any skills you think are applicable. Difficulty 1.
I'll keep. Could I go daring security to see if it's controlling the fish, which is taking a chunk out of both us and the Kismet?
I will allow it.
Okay, difficulty 1. I shouldn't need to spend a momentum.
And you actually bank 1. Cool. All right, so as you scan, you are not sure what the beam is exactly used for, but as you scan the base of the tree, you are able to locate a hidden door behind some dead bark and tree limbs that you feel you could easily clear away to open up the door, or to see the door.
Okay, so I'll skip to part 3 first. Could I attempt to lure Sissy away from the tree and calm her down?
How would you want to go about doing that?
I would like to use presence and command to see if I can get her attention and to calm her down.
Can someone roll me the opposed check for Cecilia in that? Whatever Penn just set up, I will allow just as an opposed check.
So, to presence and command?
Yeah. Could I use a value for this?
What would the value be?
Could it either be I am the storm or always has a backup plan?
I am curious about the storm one. I will allow that.
Okay. So I can't really use a focus for this one. Maybe even composure, but I doubt it. So roll 2. So that's 4 successes.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, Cecile can't beat that. But
I'm making goddamn sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So this will put you back at full momentum, and so you can role play it out, but however you want to role play out, she instantly stops like right at you.
Sissy, come on, over here. We're getting off this planet.
And she's slowly kind of following you, still kind of looking at the tree, but is enticed by your voice.
Okay, so I'll lead her over to where the Lieutenant Commander was. Just wait here. I'll be right back.
Okay, and
yeah, I'm going to run back to the tree, see if I can get into that opening.
okay. So for this one, you do notice that the door does have some type of security mechanism on it. And you figure that you could maybe bypass the security to not set off an alarm. So again, it's any skills you would like to use, difficulty 2.
More than likely it would either be if I could get away with control, and either for disciplines could I use either security or engineering.
Whichever one you like. I think I like all of those.
Okay. I've not really got a focus applicable for this. Maybe composure, because everything seems to be happening all at once.
Yeah, I'll give you composure.
Thank you. And I would like to
everyone's going insane.
yeah, I'm having to sort all this shit out. So what's the complication and difficulty, please?
Difficulty is 2. Complication is still normal.
Okay. I would like to spend a momentum.
Hit it. Nice.
Nice.
So you get it back.
Get that back.
All right. So you are able to carefully take off the panel to the door, which would control the unlocking mechanism, and you kind of play with some of the wires in there, and are able to bypass the door security, and the doors open up. And they open up into what looks to be like an elevator that's like in the middle of the base of the tree.
Does it look like it's going up, or can I tell if it goes up or down?
It looks like it'll be going up. As you kind of peek in there, it kind of looks like it's going up.
Okay. I would like to take it up, if possible.
All right, as soon as you enter and step onto the pad, the platform begins to move. And at this point, we'll head back up to the ship. What are you guys doing?
Manning too many stations.
Currently,
I'm running up.
Yeah,
I'm running up to the bridge still.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
hoping I'm starting to get consciousness.
yeah. Oh, well, you're recovering from surgery, but I mean, I guess you, if you want, your character could probably do some limited functions. But the ensign does make it back up to the bridge. But yeah, your arms are in still a lot
sure?
of pain.
Yeah.
So currently, we're just keeping our distance, and as long as that fish isn't doing anything,
Right. We need to start repairs.
that well, is there any way I can in the sick bay, because I'm probably not going to make it that far anyway, I can at least find out what's going on in some way, because I don't know.
Yeah, you're able, the ship's computer with your access codes are able to a damage report of the ship. The massive hull breaches on decks 5, 6, 7. The force field's offline, the shield's offline.
oh, so what I'd asked in the Discord, with the cross section of our saucer, just for size, how much of that is gone?
So I would say in the like on the left hand corner, you like kind of where that line is.
Mm-hmm.
That diagonal line that's kind of heading out from the bridge. Hopefully you see the one I'm talking about. Anyway, from the along that line, from the outside of the hull toward about where that other line is, a chunk about the size of that is probably taken out of the ship.
Ooh.
Okay, that's substantial.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I did have a question. How much? Because I know I'm in sick bay. After getting the report, how much access do I have to like electroplasmic systems, like shields and like the shields, the force fields, like redirecting power to them from where I'm at?
Yeah, not from sick bay. You would probably have to do that closer to the damage.
Do you have
Okay.
determination you could use to get yourself back into the action?
Working ship, happy life is one of my values, so it's not working, I'm not happy.
Let me take a look at your sheet really quick.
I also have, if it's difficult, it's worth it.
I was gonna say that one.
Yeah, I think that one would allow you to do it.
Okay, then I will burn that determination to try and make it to where I can deal with the force fields at least to stop the decompressions.
Right. Emergency bulkheads were probably in place, but you could probably try to help out in engineering with some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I have damage control as a focus, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you probably get to sick bay, and you're probably sent down in one of the repair teams to try to repair that section as best they can.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what I'm doing.
Tom?
So yeah, the ensign got to the bridge.
You see, Lieutenant Evans is on the floor, having taken another console.
God damn it. Boy, Ensign, you're just trial by fire here.
Yeah.
Did we lose the ensign?
Sullivan?
No, you did not. I'm sorry. Had to have a brief conversation with someone. Anyway, sorry. Could you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, you're on the bridge.
And
Okay. I'm gonna look for the person with the most. I'm going to say, is there anyone else in the? Well, first I'm gonna go. Sir, is there anyone else who needs to go to sickbay?
And I motion to Evans behind me, who is on the floor.
Hi, Captain. I know we lost a pretty good chunk of the ship, so.
We can't worry about that now. Well,
Hi, sir.
that's not your concern. Leave that to the damage control teams.
I assume he's knocked out.
Yep.
This is probably a check to just stabilize him until you can get him to sick bay.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's going to be daring medicine difficulty 1.
I assume I can use a focus on this.
What's the focus?
Emergency medicine.
Emergency medicine or trauma.
Probably emergency medicine.
Wait, you do have a surgery focus.
Yeah, it's just I can't use it because of Starfleet law.
Well, like it's surgery in the capacity of a nurse, like assisting in surgery, so to speak. Potentially maybe doing a couple minor procedures,
Mm-hmm.
but like supervised.
Oh, nice.
Heck yeah.
Yep, you're still at full, and you're able to stabilize the ensign. He does regain consciousness, but he looks still to be hurt pretty bad.
Okay. Ensign, I'm going to take you to sick bay. Do you know if you can? Do you know if you can stand?
He gets up a little gingerly, kind of favoring his right leg, but he's able to kind of limp with assistance from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna assistedly limp him to sick bay. Is there any sort of notable injuries that I can see right now besides the limp? Any burns? Any?
Not in, like maybe some gashes on his head, but that's about it from the panel. You know, his uniform's all charred from the sparks.
Okay.
But nothing until sickbay.
All right. I'm going to reroute tactical to one of the secondary science stations.
Okay.
Captain, permission to begin tactical analysis of that creature.
Mission granted.
We're operating on a skeleton crew, so wherever we can get help, good. Thinking the captain's probably better to do the science stuff on the ship than I am, because I am awful at science. I mean engineering. Blech.
So do you want me to do this?
Well, we've got 3 people on the bridge right now.
Right.
And 3 people on the surface, 2 people in the med bay.
Right. It's like we got to wear a lot of hats right now, I think.
Well, I'm
what are
actually
we-
headed towards the damage, so only one person plus the nurse.
So what are we trying to do?
Probably like power and stuff. And stuff. Yeah, very specific.
Well, but you're trying to do a tactical analysis.
Right. I was thinking you might want to work on shields while I'm doing tactical.
Okay. Well, no, I'm awful at engineering.
Ah, okay. We both are then.
My engineering is 2.
Yeah, mine's 1.
What are you both doing on this ship?
What
What are you good for?
We're
So-
good at a great many things. Engineering is not one of them.
So, I'd say get me that tactical analysis first.
Yes, sir.
All right. Probably reason security assisted by sensors security.
And again, my current orders for Wittergast is if that fish isn't like making any moves, just maintain position. But the moment that fish starts moving towards us, we move away as well.
Sensor security difficulties. What?
2.
What
Okay,
are the,
that drops to
what
1.
what's the ship using?
Sensor security.
Sensor security. Nope.
So just as you're about to try to scan the fish, your sensors stop receiving telemetry from outside the ship.
Wait, what was the difficulty of the task?
2.
It was 1.
Well, yeah, it was 1, but
Right.
that's the result. As soon as you guys start to scan, it stops receiving telemetry.
I mean, does it stop receiving telemetry from everything?
Outside the ship.
What?
You're welcome.
Captain, as soon as I tried to scan that creature, our sensors just went completely offline.
They're not offline. They are still functioning as they are still reading as functional.
but they're just not picking up anything.
Right.
All right,
Like,
so
not the planet, not the fish, not anything.
not background radiation, just nothing.
What?
We're being somehow blinded. Our sensors are reading us fully operational, but we're not getting any readings at all.
Like someone just put a blindfold on us.
And I think this is a good opportunity to head back down to the planet.
Like putting too much air in a balloon.
Is that another change
Uh,
of scene?
No, this is not a change of scene. This is all kind of happening at the same time. So, Pend, the lift comes to a stop, and the doors open into a silver-colored hallway with squares lining the floor of the hallway. And at the end of the hallway is a set of double doors.
At this stage, I'm just gonna sprint down.
Okay, roll me a fitness and security difficulty 2.
Fitness. Wow.
Could I get away with survival, composure, or combat maneuvers?
Survival's fine.
Survival. And I'd like to spend a momentum for this, please.
Okay, down to 5. All right, as soon as you step off the door and enter the hallway, automatic defensive turrets kind of drop down from the ceiling and kind of shoot at you as you duck back into the elevator. And as you leave the hallway floor, they shoot back into the ceiling.
Do I see any control panels?
You don't see any control panels.
Can I scan for any electronic signatures? That might be a panel or something I can use.
Right. As you scan, you kind of take special note of the floor, and as you kind of look at it, you kind of make the assumption that the floor itself might be tied into the security system.
Is it possible to pry up one of the panels?
Roll me. What do I want to? Let me think about this for a minute. I think this is going to be control engineering.
Okay.
And definitely composure.
Definitely composure. And what's the difficulty complication?
So we'll put the complication at 2, and difficulty we'll keep at 2.
Okay, and I'm probably going to spend one more momentum because I really want to get this done. Wow.
Wow.
Oof, 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 oof.
I don't feel so
As-
bad now.
As you try to pry up the panel, you are able to pry up the panel. Go ahead and roll me the fitness and security again.
And dodge. Tell her dodge.
Yep.
Ow.
So you are able to dodge out of the way, and the floor is just kind of ripped up at this point, and you kind of see what looks like a maybe like a pressure system that weight on the floor kind of activates the security system.
Is there a possible way for me to deactivate it here, or is that impossible?
It could be possible if you sell it to me.
Could I use my tricorder and tie it into the system to trick it about the pressure? Like when pressure is placed on it, it doesn't read it.
Like trying to jam the local signals or something.
Yes, it doesn't recognize there is
Yeah.
pressure being placed upon it.
I think I will allow the roll.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be difficulty 3. Complication range probably still 2.
Okay.
Do we have any momentum?
We have
We have
4.
4.
Yep.
So I'd spend some.
And what's the role would you like for this?
It's probably still the engineering, control, or daring, and yeah, control or daring, engineering.
I would like to spend 3 momentum, please.
Go ahead.
So
I think that's fair.
We can always rally up here to try and get stuff done.
Yes.
King crushed it.
Oh, by the way, now would be a good opportunity to use that untapped potential.
Yeah, I'll use it. Untapped potential.
For what?
To roll a challenge die and see if he gets any more momentum.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
2 more. Okay, so we're up to 4 now.
We're up to 5 now.
Oh,
I
5.
get.
Okay,
I got you at 5.
Nice.
cool.
Nice. Roll penned.
Okay. As far as you can tell, you have successfully integrated your tricorder into the security system to give out false readings.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull out my phaser, and I'm going to now run down the hallway. If something drops down or comes out, I'm gonna drop it.
As you sprint across the floor, nothing happened, and you make it to the end of the hallway to the doors.
Okay, can I get in?
I'm tense for you.
No shit. So am I able to enter the room?
Yes. As you walk through the doors, standing at a control panel with their backs turned to you is an alien. This alien has green skin and is wearing an all-black skin-tight suit. They make no notice of your arrival as you enter the room.
Pay no attention to the alien behind the curtain.
Can I see any consoles which is showing either what happened outside or what's happening in the atmosphere?
Probably right, maybe a little bit above them. You can kind of make out the design of that fish.
Okay, so
It looks to be like a technical schematic of it.
yeah. So I will drop to one knee, phaser on stun, take aim, and ask, or not ask, but more, turn off your systems, stand down.
And as you say that, she kind of turns her head up, and she starts to reach to the right.
As soon as I see a weapon, I am dropping her.
And she is reaching for one.
I'm going to drop her.
All right. Control security, difficulty 2.
And you are aiming.
I am, yes.
It's good.
So
We usually forget to do that.
So I'd spend a momentum either way,
Mhm.
Up to
just
3.
to.
Am I able to use combat maneuvers or composure for a focus?
Probably not for this.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep. And you get that momentum back.
And do I get to re-roll some because of the aim?
Yeah, I think you get to re-roll the 0 if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, did you leave your focus on? Because that shouldn't be.
No, I have a focus 4 in security.
No, but did you have an applicable focus?
No, I've not got it highlighted.
Huh.
It has to be highlighted on no to not activate right now for some reason.
Yeah. So that really should just be.
So yeah, this is 2. Yeah, so it's 2 successes then.
Ah, fair
But re-roll it. But re-rolling will see if you get that momentum back.
That's a challenge dice, not
That
a.
was your challenge die, but that is your untapped potential.
Well, no,
So-
I was rolling the 0, so which for the exact same roll.
Well, it doesn't matter because you just maxed out the momentum anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
Just leave that.
Cool. Roll damage, please.
That's 5.
I will spend threat, and as you shoot, it kind of hits her in the back, and in some type of pain, she turns around and tries to shoot back at you.
Keep the initiative.
Am I able to do that?
Well, I mean, it's just you and them.
Yeah.
Right. So she has to have a turn,
Okay. Can't do a swing task.
and she's kind of off balance and kind of hits the wall behind you.
I will shoot again.
Oh,
I'll spend
So-
momentum to roll 3 again.
aim and fire.
Aim and fire.
She probably shot a little high because, he's a Tellarite
Oh,
down on one knee.
wow.
And I will roll damage
He
again.
crouched.
So you have a bonus momentum that you have to spend.
What can I spend it on?
Extra damage, I think.
Extra damage, which is what you need to get 5 damage anyway.
Yep, I'll roll extra damage then.
All right. And the second shot hits square and true straight in the center of the chest, drops the alien.
I immediately go to the systems. Am I able to ascertain what's happening with the signal, what's happening with the fish, just general what the fuck's happening?
As you look at the panel, it looks like she was directly controlling this fish, and judging from the schematic, it looks man-made.
Am I able to turn it off?
Roll me. All right, so this one's an important roll. So roll me your. This is probably going to be a security roll. Using probably your control. I'm going to make this difficulty 3, and I'm going to make the challenge rating still 2. A complication will set off an automatic defense feature, making the fish go autonomous.
Sweet.
What's the difficulty?
I think I said 3.
Yeah.
Hang
Um,
on.
So
Oh,
can I
hold on.
use composure for this, considering something could go
Yes.
very wrong?
Actually, can
yes.
you hold on a second, Pend? Hold on a moment. I might have something for you.
Our great captain has spoken. We must obey.
No, it's because I might have a way for you to be in a better position.
I mean, I'm rolling 15.
Well, no, because here's what I'm going to do. If you can get in touch with me, I can use my captain's talent to give you a determination.
Ed, would you allow me to retcon and communicate with the captain? That's the question, really.
Yeah, because you're kind of in the middle of like, I'm about to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
enough.
So here's what I'm going to do. If you can roll your insight and command, and beat the captain's insight of command, I think I will allow it in a opposed roll.
Oh no! You have to beat my insight command.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
At
And,
least it's not presence.
And because this is kind of a special, no momentum or anything can be used.
Yeah. But it's a regular 2-die roll, right?
Right.
You better
And he
fucking
got
fail.
2.
That's not actually the kismet, but we tied. But its ties go to the.
They sure do. So, Pend, I will give you one minor action to do something.
I will hit communications. Captain, I'm in a structure. I can access the fish. Would you like me to disable it?
Do it the best you can. Are you the only one there?
There was an alien here, but I had to render her useless for a moment.
Very well. Do it. You're the only one there, but you can do this. And so I'm going to give him my point of determination.
Okay.
Sweet.
And he has at least one value that'll come in handy.
Oh, I know the perfect value for him.
Which one, the handbook or the storm?
Or backup plan.
Backup plan.
I
Yeah.
don't think it was actually any of those I was thinking.
What, prove I'm the best?
That's what I was thinking.
So here's the question then, Pend. What are you rolling?
So it's control security, so I've got a 15 for that.
And he technically needs one success without rolling a complication.
Right.
So
You could give him a threat for bold.
I was just going to spend one momentum to take us down to 5. So I
Wait,
can roll
what?
a third die.
Well, no, because here's the thing. If you give him bold, you can re-roll a die, which means you can re-roll a complication.
Okay, that sounds fair. Would you like a threat, Ed?
You know I always want threat.
Then I'll give you that sexy threat.
Yeah, it's not like I didn't give him enough earlier this game.
My God.
You really helped me ramp up the tension, though.
So I've got
see,
5
that is why
successes.
bold is. You want to re-roll that complication though.
I would like to re-roll that complication.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
6 successes. I fucking crushed this.
And so as you take her around with the security panel, the fish kind of enters a stand down mode and kind of shoots back toward that large lake located on the planet.
I'll communicate. Captain, I've made the fish structure stand down. It's returning to the large body of water. We will need transport to a isolation. There is a fungal infection that has affected both the other 2 crew members and may have infected me.
Understood.
We
I'll
also
have
have.
en-
Sorry, go on.
I'll have Ensign Sullivan set up a medical quarantine right away as soon as she's finished with tending to Lieutenant Evans.
We also have an unconscious hostile alien who was in control, who was purposely controlling the alien fish, who is currently unconscious. So if we want to set up a isolated holding cell.
Understood?
I'll have
XO?
one prepared.
Very good, XO.
Ready whenever you are, Captain. I'll get back to the other 2. Try and keep them safe until then.
All right.
Transporter room.
Oh,
We've got a medical contamination. Engage transporter protocol 5
Aye, sir.
and beam them directly to the quarantine zone in sickbay.
And they comply with the orders.
Great. Okay. So it sounds like all the danger is gone.
Yes, I think I'm actually going to end the episode here.